All right.
I think we can rejoin the race in a bit, but let's hope the drivers are still out there. Let's wait for the race director to update us.
Okay, no worries. Just gonna be working on this one.
Yeah, and anyway, as I was saying, track limits might play a key role in this track because it's so much easier to use so much more of the track than what you can only use. And if the penalty in Assetto Corsa
Yeah,
is set,
still on.
sorry,
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, still on.
race is still on. Okay, race is still on.
Okay,
So it's one of those days again, one of those nights, losing connection to the server. But we will get back into the action shortly. I'm not sure what exactly is going on out there, but anyway, as I was saying, track limits. If the penalties are set to strict, it's going to be a pain for the drivers if they get caught in a penalty at the wrong place at the wrong time. And
Yeah,
I am
absolutely.
only seeing black pixels.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, hold on.
It would have been a shame though if like they had to restart the race. But
No,
so
no,
far
no.
it's been very clean. Maybe a few mistakes here and there. But I think what's important in this track is just keeping the momentum and keeping your consistency. You know, especially in the midsection, you know, where you can lose more than 10th, you know, just for a simple mistake, you know. And that's especially true for the drivers running the ballast today. You know, any mistake could cost them more than just a 10th at this point. And they're fighting for points as well. So more pressure to them.
All right. Hopefully this is good. Back in the action. Back in the
Okay,
game.
that's all right. Finally, back in the game, and all right. So, what did we miss? Kenneth Montemayor still in P1, JP Yalong P2, Emmanuel Di Parini up into P4, Marie Chavez up into P5, and they're battling for position. Marie Chavez and Emmanuel Di Parini. Actually, that makes that a three-way battle. Marie Chavez now at the P4. The Cachao Racing guys are battling for position, but there's a car behind them. Paul Ryan Lopez is P5. So the Cachao Racing, championship rivals, team championship rival battle going on, ladies and gentlemen. Emmanuel Di Parini and Paul Ryan Lopez battling for P5 for the team and driver's championship. Oh, whoa!
We have a bit of weaving.
Yeah, a little bit of weaving there. Be careful. That made me look onto the stewards later on, boys. Oh, a little bit of
We
clipping
have
there.
some contact there.
I think one of the guys is having a internet trouble here because these guys apparently are not exactly aware of each other's
Okay, that's-
status at the moment.
You're
Paul
correct.
Ryan Lopez and Emmanuel Di Parini having close
Whoa,
calls there.
whoa, what?
Okay,
the hell was that?
definitely looks like a case of
Lag.
server issues. I'm not sure if it's a server issue or driver computer issues. We cannot confirm at this time, but these guys are danger close situation here.
Oh
Emmanuel Di Parini
no!
Oh, well, that's so nasty contact.
by Paul Ryan Lopez there, despite the contact from Emmanuel Di Parini behind him. Paul Ryan Lopez, nice piece of driving, saving the car from a spin there. That could have been bad.
That was nasty. That was nasty right there. Nice save, by the way, by Paul Ryan Lopez.
Really bad.
Oh, a
He's
switcheroo by Emmanuel De Parini on the outside.
Parini on the outside, but Paul Ryan Lopez is still on the inside having a look there.
But Ivan Dikaik, contact there from Dikaik to Lopez.
That was not
Oh,
nice.
no, okay,
That's a
was
teammate hit.
was rough.
That was
Friendly fire.
Team kick, friendly fire. What's your target ID? As some little bit of mess up there at the back, but yeah, these Cachao guys have to be double cautious because you know that incident could have been bad. Like between teammates of all things. Rule number 1: don't hit your teammate. Rule number 2: see rule number 1.
I mean, that's what happens when we're all fighting for points, you know? Like, sometimes, like, any mistake, you know, could just mean the difference. Because I could tell that he made a mistake. I'm not sure who
Oh, a
that was. I'm
two-car
very
overtake
sorry.
there by Eli Doblio coming into the corner. Oh no! Contact from Jan Kalam. Oh no! What
Was
the?
that Jahan Kalam?
The confirmed hit
Yes,
by
that
Jan
was-
Kalam.
That was Yes.
Making a late lunge out of the final corner and hits Eli Dabilo coming out of that corner. That was That's going to be a blow for the Kachao Racing team. But let's see what the stewards have to say later on at the end of the race.
Oh dear, he's not going to be pleased with that because he's just a few car lengths away from Jan Kalam, but hopefully gets to have a...
Yeah, we have a move
There
on
we
the
go.
inside here. Parks it at the apex. And gets the move on. Very clean.
Cars are
Not
pretty
bad
much
right there.
spread out.
Meanwhile, for Earl Kahilig, chasing down Darwin Soto for P12.
He's got the
Got
six.
the slipstream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stream coming into turn 4, but still not close enough. He has
Team
to wait
D4
for
Graphics, P11 and P12 working together as a team, hoping to catch up to the Kachao Racing team. Dom Di Kaiko leading the train.
And what you want to be doing if teammates are within position of each other, like
Oh, and looks
straight
like
to
we
each
got
other.
Darwin Soto.
Darwin
Good
Soto
get the
overtaking Dom Di Kaiko on the inside.
Does
I
Dom
think he
Di
got it
Kaiko-
done.
Does Dom Di Kaiko have damage, or did he miscalculate his tire pressure? Because he seemed to be struggling at this stage of the race already. He's dropped down 3 positions on that short sector of the track.
Oh dear.
That's not looking good for him.
Maybe a mechanical
Well,
problem with the car, but whatever it is, Dom Di Kaiko is barely keeping up right now. And Earl Kahilig
Let's hope
trying for an overtake on the inside, but oh, some contact there! Oh no,
But he steals the
it's
position.
a high
because he
risk
knows it's
maneuver
rough.
right there by Earl Kahilig.
Yeah, so we see it a little bit there because that was rough. But yeah, so far so safe.
I think that's what's very dangerous about these.
Oh, stop spinner there. Advan Ramirez.
Oh no, Advan Ramirez.
spin.
Another spin.
I'm not sure if he
Not
got
good.
hit or he clipped the curb a little, because these cars don't exactly like the curbs that much, and they sometimes easily spin depending on the nature of the curb.
Another battle
Meanwhile-
happening right now for P7.
Here we have
Paul Ryan
another
Lopez against Joel Kelly Mabao.
Yeah, it's just between the two of them coming into turn 4 right now. Paul Ryan Lopez has the inside line and he takes it cleanly.
I think one thing to take note is that sometimes in cars like this, you might think that there's a gap, but I think that patience is just so necessary, for
That's
getting
right.
the move done. Like we
Right.
see a lot of, I feel that a lot of the mistakes are being made right now because a lot of drivers are trying to rush to get that position, but I think they have to take note that sometimes most of the moves, most of the overtakes have to be done on the straights,
That's right.
And, yeah, that's why.
Another thing to consider is the races here are short.
And that was not.
Clear the car
Oh,
and
no.
skill of the curbs. Dom Di Kaiko spinning at the exit of that corner right there because he touched a little bit too much curb. Yeah, you really have to nail your car setup on these cars as well, because you have the wrong car setup, you may not be able to use those curbs that much, or the curbs may not be friendly to your car, your driving style, and you end up spinning.
Oh!
Feeling a little bit excited on the accelerator, I think, there, but still manages to save it. Nice piece of driving there, but a little bit lost time there. But I think Earl Kahilig is just setting up.
Oh
Here we
no!
have
Oh, what
another
happened
move.
there?
My
On the
goodness.
corner exit
I'm not
of all
sure
places.
if That. Oh my goodness.
Track limits there, but I think that is a bit of evasive as well, because I think Earl Dabino. Not sure
Oh
what
dear,
happened to the
Darwin
Scotland.
Soto
Could have
now
been
being
bad.
ganged up by Team Kachao right now.
I'm gonna assume that Earl may have overcooked his braking point there, and he had no choice but to run all that track.
But I think Soto also was slow at the exit of that corner.
So
Not sure
guys,
what
there's a
exactly
three-way
happened.
battle for P16 right now for Miko Cilio versus Advan Ramirez and Chris Axel Aransanso.
Make that too, because Aranzazo is just a little bit too far at this time. But if these two guys, Silo and Ramirez, battle, that would allow Axel to catch up and have a chance for P16.
And here we have
These
Silo going
guys
wide.
track
That is-
limits, guys. Be careful, be careful.
Oh, but he holds the position.
Oh, no,
he
no.
does not.
Ramirez
Ramirez
takes it.
gets it.
Track limits and curves, you gotta be careful with that on this car as well. I keep on saying, the car doesn't exactly like the curves.
It's a shame they can't hear you, huh?
Yeah.
Don't worry, they'll watch the replay. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, they'll learn.
Yeah. All right.
So I think everyone's kind of getting settled now, based on what I'm seeing.
It's a sweep for Kenneth Montemayor, despite the.
there
Oh, what
is
the
a
hell was that?
massive-
What's that? Did he
What?
An overshooting John Callum right there. Oh no.
It looked like a brake
think he missed
failure for a moment there.
Yeah, but I think most likely he missed his breaking point there. Jahan Kalam down to P16, but lucky
Still-
not to hit somebody else in the
Still
process.
breaking in the TLCM, I believe, there, Luis.
Oh, I see. He made an upgrade. So
Yes, he did.
yeah.
What the hell was that?
That's a connection
Oh.
issue.
No, I think Silo's game is freezing a little there
Oh dear.
Yeah,
because he teleported back.
right. And can we just take note for a second of like the battle that's happening up front here, like with Kenneth, JP, and Aurora? It's like
What happened?
There
There's
has been-
been an incident at turn 3 between Soto and Aranzazo, I believe. Yeah, Soto is down to P18. He hit somebody. I
Oh,
think it's
no.
was it?
Contact with Max Zablan, if I'm not mistaken, but that's alright.
Timing bug as well. There's an I think not sure exactly who he bumped.
and we
Yeah.
have someone going
We
off
have
into
somebody
the distance.
somebody going through the guardrail there. and onto
Max
the
Zablan
shuttle
due
ramp.
to bandwidth
Another
issues.
dimension.
But actually, props here to John Lawrence Bernardo maintaining P10 for quite some time now. Maintaining
far,
a 4-second gap between Earl Kahilig.
So far, incident-free for John Lawrence Bernardo, just keeping his composure, race of attrition, just staying away from incidents and capitalizing on the incidents of others. And now he's on P10, looking good for some championship points home.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Tito John definitely holding his own here.
Meanwhile,
But you
for
know-
JP alone. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Matthew.
There seems to be this gap that's just not like going down. I think Kenneth is just driving this really well. If we could take a look at what he's doing, there's only 4-5 minutes left in this race, and if I remember correctly, there was a 1.7 second gap at the beginning, and now it's just slowly growing. You can
the
tell
thing-
that Kenneth
Yeah.
is just really consistent with this. You know, that or JP or Agura is just not able to keep up the average pace. You know, it's just.
But don't forget, JP has a heavier ballast compared to Kenneth. Kenneth Montemayor is carrying 50 kilos while JP Yalo is carrying 60. So 10 kilos ballast makes a difference on these cars. But right now, JP is just battling a damage limitation race because he knows he has a heavy car. He knows there will be a reverse grid race later on. So what he'll want to do is to try and get healthy points on both races in order to win the championship.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. There's no point in trying to push now and go beyond. I think that there's a really steady gap between Agura and Kenneth, and everyone in the top 3 right now should definitely play it safe and just see what'll happen in the next race.
And
'Cause,
there you
know,
have
that
it. It's
reverse
the battle. It's the battle of the Johns. John Manuel Ramos and John Lawrence Bernardo.
It's the John and John show for P8. John Lawrence Bernardo slowly creeping in on John and Manuel Ramos for position, and coming into the last hairpin, rather not really a hairpin, it's just a tight right-hander.
Yep.
These drivers are lining up for a slipstream on the long straight coming up after turn 1, and I think John Lawrence Bernardo losing a little bit of time there at the exit of the last corner, but I think he is setting up for this straight. But then again, John Emmanuel Ramos has the slipstream of Paul Ryan Lopez on this straight, so he will close up to P7 coming into this hairpin turn 3. But looks like Paul Ryan Lopez is doing well for himself despite having cars right behind him, like on his slipstream range. But we still have 2 minutes 36 seconds remaining in the race, and the drivers still have time to make their moves as Paul Ryan Lopez is leading around. I think he is trying to get temperature on the tires because the straights are so long, the tires
And
kind
here
of
we have
cool down.
Emmanuel getting a very
Oh!
good run. That is a
Emmanuel
very, very good run.
on the outside. I think Paul Ryan Lopez is struggling on tire temperatures, trying to keep them warm rather than trying to keep them cool. Because the straights here are so long, the tires, have like this rest period as you see him weaving for temperature.
I
There's
don't
still
think that was a legal move there, but that's not up to
No,
me to
no,
decide right
ooh,
now.
no. That is.
Too close.
I'm gonna defer this to the stewards, guys. That is not a safe move right there coming into the corner.
I know that would, definitely have, definitely something to look for the stewards later on. But I think right now
You can only do that once.
Moss is only looking.
I don't think that was a very good move by John.
That was
there. I think
illegal.
he could have been more
Okay,
patient.
illegal. That's too much already. Even though you're trying to keep your temperature on the tires, you're weaving just before the corner, and you got someone right behind you. That's a dangerous move, and it's only allowing John Lawrence Bernardo to catch up to Emmanuel Ramos in front of him, as John Emmanuel Ramos is getting the slipstream of Paul Ryan Lopez, who is struggling with tire temperatures at the moment. Let's see what Paul Ryan Lopez is still weaving.
That's
If
right.
either John Lawrence gets, plays his cards right, he might be able to overtake both of them. Because Emmanuel right now is just being really affected right now by Ryan Lopez up in front. That leaving is really doing a number on the pace, and I think he's really slowing down the train.
My suspicions are correct about Paul Ryan Lopez probably miscalculating on tire pressures for this race. He's now struggling for tire temperatures, trying to defend his P7 from John Emmanuel Ramos, as John Emmanuel Ramos is just trying to get that P7 like madman, but Paul Ryan Lopez is just weaving all over the place like there's no one behind him.
Waiting to pounce there. John Lawrence Bernardo just
still
waiting.
Weaving. Careful, guys.
I think the right move here is just to be patient.
I don't want to be in front of these
Just
guys
that
in
exit
case
speed.
they get in contact with each other.
And the clock has ticked down to 0, but the leaders have yet to cross the line at this moment. We still have 1 lap to go after this one, waiting for the leaders to cross the line. I think they're still far behind. John Emmanuel Ramos having a look on the outside because he knows
Oh my goodness.
to defend the inside line there, and Paul Ryan Lopez is going to move the inside and then outside again. What is John Emmanuel Ramos going to do? He is going to try and maximize the exit speed this time. It's all right. Now the slipstream.
There you go. Admin has given warnings now.
Warning to Paul Ryan Lopez now.
No.
I think John
He's gonna do it. Bernardo's gonna do it.
I think.
Can he do it? Oh no! Denied by Lopez.
He can still take the inside line coming to turn 4, but as we see it, John Emmanuel Ramos is on the inside line coming into turn 4. All he has to do is
I think John Emmanuel has got this.
He breaks too early there. I'm not sure why. Maybe John Emmanuel Ramos thinks that may have been unsafe.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness!
There's
Oh my
Archie
goodness!
Careful.
No. Oh my goodness! Now Mabao is getting in the fight. Everyone's being slowed down by this.
Everyone wants in. They want P7.
And the leaders have crossed the line. We have 1 lap remaining for the leaders. So for these guys, it's just like right now 1 lap to go at the line. So John Emmanuel Ramos still has some time to get into I think there's a timing bug here, P7. Just seeing a little timing bug there showing 6, 7 and on that, as Paul Ryan Lopez defends on the inside line, leaves a little space for
And that's a huge gap between P6 and P7.
Ramos was able to maintain a momentum on the outside line, but yeah, Paul Ryan Lopez is pulling away again still. But let's see, 1 lap to go for all of these guys.
Whoa.
Side contact there. Oh, I think Emmanuel Ramos may have hit Paul Ryan Lopez on his point of view. but now that allows John Lawrence Bernardo to have a look on the outside line coming into turn 3. Who is it going to be? Who's going
Oh,
out
please
of
take
turn
note
3
of
there?
Take it, take it, take it!
Switcheroo.
Oh! Oh no!
That's not. Oh my goodness.
That was rough. That was rough, John.
That was
Emmanuel
gross.
Ramos
That is a
could have been a little bit too defensive there. That John Lawrence Bernardo dropping down to P10. Kelly Mabao capitalizing on that argy-bargy between Emmanuel Ramos and John Lawrence Bernardo. The John versus John show isn't exactly going smooth at the moment. Meanwhile, Kenneth Montemayor on the last corner
Very
take the
consistent.
race win for race 1 of round 6 of the SRPH GR86 Cup, followed by
JP
Yalo.
Yalo.
P2 did what he could to get some healthy points. Masatsune Ogura P3, one
I
of the
think-
Kaiko brother, Ivan De Kaiko, holding on to P4 against Emmanuel De Parini P5, Marie Chavez P6, and the battle is still going on behind between Emmanuel Ramos and Paul Ryan Lopez. I think he was able to.
He's got
finally get past-
P7.
Yeah, he's got
Where's
P7.
Ryan Lopez?
Got past Paul Ryan
Ramos
Lopez for
and P7.
Jenna Emmanuel Ramos and P7 onto the last corner. Just keep it healthy. Yes, he has secured P7. Paul Ryan Lopez P8, and a little bit of close battle there, but John Lawrence Bernardo takes P9.
That's P9. Thank goodness.
And Earl Oliver Kahiligan P11. Advan Ramirez should bring it home P12. Dom De Caico P13. Eli Dabilo P14. Jahan Kalam P15. Axel Aranzanzo P16. And Graf Borja P17. Max Zablan P18. Kyle Sanchez on the last corner to take P19. Nobody behind him. A little bit too far from Micosillo for P20. Taking home P20 there. And Darwin Soto, I think, retired early on in the race, but he's still in the lobby getting ready for race 2 of round 6 of the GR86 Cup.
Oh no, we got some DNFs from Sean Hafalia, Adrian Rengo. I heard he was T-boned off the track on lap 2, if I'm not mistaken. So, dear Lord, a lot has happened. Okay, so that, guys, that was the first race, race 1 for the AM class. So, guys, how was that for you guys? The battles were pretty spicy between the Johns and Johns, right? But other than that, Kenneth Montemayor, a smooth sailing, a 3-second gap between him and JP alone. So, how about you, Luis and Matthew?
Well, the drivers are pretty much giving everything they've got for race 1, because race 1, it's all about like maximizing that track position, but at the same time trying to avoid incidents, especially at lap 1, where we saw quite a number of cars getting T-boned, getting spun by, or just spinning on their own because of the curbs. And it's not over yet though, because race 2 is going to be a reverse grid for the top 10 drivers, I believe. So it's going to go down to the wire between Kenneth Montemayor and JP Yalung for the drivers championship. But it's also like quite a rough race for the Cachao Racing boys. I think they wanted as much points as possible, but they ended up like battling each other and battling other drivers. They got a little bit too engaged in traffic in the middle of the race, and I think they may need to quickly regroup and like plan out how are they going to maximize race 2.
That's right.
If I could add, I just want to a particular individual. I'd like to, props to Advan Ramirez. From coming from like all the way in the back, he's still able to make it to P12. We've seen him spin twice, to a complete stop almost, and he still made it back to P12. I just want to put that there. I mean, props to all the drivers, including Kenneth, for keeping really consistent driving there. Maybe a few inaccuracies there, but almost flawless.
Almost flawless indeed.
Well
And
said.
the Johns, they were, they tried keeping it as clean as they could. Even though Ryan Lopez was kind of driving very suspicious. I don't know what the track marshals have to say for that, but if it were me, I wouldn't tolerate that. But
I think
good on them for being like for keeping that sportsmanship like driving. You know.
I think Paul Ryan Lopez was being torn between trying to keep his tire temperatures in check and maintaining his position because the racetrack straights are just so long that the tires cool so fast. Like if you get the tire pressures wrong, it will actually affect the overall performance of the car. So I think Paul Ryan Lopez like is just trying to like do things in between, like trying to keep his tires warm, but at the same time, dealing with the cars behind him. And I think he had too much on his plate, and I think may have gone overboard a little bit there. But let's hope he gets it right for race 2, because now he has some good data for his tires probably coming into race 2 based on his setup for race 1.
And look who
And pressure to Ogura and JP, because now Kenneth is in the lead and he has a much lighter ballast, and the double points actually gives him this bigger advantage going into the next race and final race for the AM class.
I think the
so-
points are close because the point system is 25 and an 18. So with the double points, I think Kenneth Montemayor was able to get a 14-point gain over John Paulo Yalung. But if we look at the championship standings, it coming into round 6 before race 1, John Paulo Yalung has an 18-point lead. So that puts the two drivers 4 points, just within 4 points of each other coming into the final race of this season. So it's going down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. It's Kenneth Montemayor versus John Paulo Yalung for the championship.
That's
May
right.
luck be in the air tonight for all of those guys.
That's right. And guys, check out race 2. It's gonna be at night.
Oh, night!
It's gonna be a night race for race 2 for the AM class.
That is going to be that's going to change the complexity of the race, because these drivers may have gotten used to practicing on the day where they can see everything, all their braking points, their turn-in references, and all that. But at night, that changes. I can barely see your reference points until the very last split second. So it is going to be an interesting twist of conditions for race 2.
All right, race 2 has
And we
begun.
missed
and
the
they're
race.
off. They're
off.
already
We
off.
didn't get to see the 6 lights go off, but let's see, turn 1 so far so clean. Okay, but then again, turn 1 isn't really that much of a problem. It's turn 3 coming up after this long stretch.
Guys,
I
please
think
take
it's safe.
note. JP has jumped to P16 at
Oh no!
Almost there, almost
Ivan
taking out
Dikaiko
another
taken
driver.
out.
Oh my
Oh dear.
goodness.
Oh
Not sure,
dear.
not sure how he ended up on the grass there. We see him like dipping his car in the grass. I'm not sure if he was hit there. But,
No! Oh dear.
And down and saw the
T-bone there. That was a
Ralph
car,
Borja was T-boned, but
Borja,
unsafe
T-bone.
rejoin there. Almost got in
Therefore-
contact with Ivan Dikaiko.
And I think we have to see the battle between JP Yalung and championship rivals JP Yalung and Kenneth Montemayor. Kenneth Montemayor currently in P16, JP Yalung currently on P13. So JP Yalung has the edge here at the moment. He is currently leading the championship as
No! Oh no!
Goodness, that was not clean.
Friendly fire there, but saved by Paul Ryan Lopez.
That was not clean.
That may be a factor in the championship standings later on, because Paul Ryan Lopez lost positions there. JP Yalung maintains his place, but I think not sure if teammate will protest against
Check this out, guys. Kenneth Montemayor is right behind JP Yalung.
Oh, here we go. This is the battle for the championship right before your very
Oh,
eyes.
oh,
ladies and
oh, whoa,
gentlemen.
whoa, whoa.
Oh, no.
3 wide coming in. No, not enough.
Guys,
Here we go.
JP had an amazing start, but after the scuffle
Oh
that's been
no,
happening-
LEW taken out on the final corner. Oh
Little bit
no.
of carnage back there, but we want to keep our eyes on these two guys, JP and Kenneth. This is the championship. This could be the championship.
Oh no!
Somebody else, I think that was.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Not
Oh,
sure who
no.
hit him. So both of these guys have incidents right now. Let's see. Where's JP? Although he hit
Oh, he hit another
I hit
person.
there from Depari.
Oh,
Oh
here we go.
no.
Oh, dear. This is already a heated battle, heated race, ladies and gentlemen. The cars are just trying to make up positions a little bit too rough, but right
Car
now,
parts
JP.
flying everywhere. Oh no.
I'm still trying to process what happened to Kenneth. Oh, so
What the hell was that?
Yeah,
did someone make contact with him? I'm really lost here.
yeah, I think I saw a Veloce ragazzo car hitting what's this? Hitting I almost forgot.
Kenneth.
Kenneth, yeah, and I think
That was
yeah,
so
looks like it's war already.
And now JP is technically in the lead, like provisionally, but I think Ogura now might have a huge chance.
Oh man,
in
these
taking
guys
this, 'cause
are
JP
these guys are
Oh my goodness.
our brother-in-law. Masatsune
Gianno sensing some
Ogura.
bias here.
Not really, no. It's more of a family gameplay, if you know what I mean.
I see, okay.
Masatsune
Oh my
Ogura, the
goodness.
brother-in-law of Emmanuel De Parine, belonging in the same team, and Max Zablan, rendering the fastest lap of the
He
race.
overcooked the brakes there. He locked it up a bit too much there. Guys, what does this mean? Now that we know that JP might pick up a few penalties from the crashes,
Oh
how do you
dear.
think all this is gonna play out now?
We don't know until it's over because we can see Kenneth Montemayor is now on a recovery.
Oh,
stage
check
right
this
here.
out,
He's
guys.
Up to P19.
Guys,
But
Di Parini is now slowed down Ogura. This might be really bad.
Dom Di
for him now
Kaiko
that
taking
he's
P2
trying to
away
recover.
from Jan Kalam. On
Oh, and Advan Ramirez is about to do the same too.
Ramirez is there. What's he going to
Advan
do?
already has a good run.
It's a three-way battle for P2 between Dom Di Kaiko, Jahan Kalam, and Advan Ramirez.
oh, that was so close. Woo, man.
Ramirez is braking later than Jahan Kalam, but
A bit too close.
Oh!
Jan Kalam at the apex.
Right
That
there.
was wrong. Oh,
careful
my
guys, but so far so safe. But between these guys, if they battle for so more, that would allow Dom Di Kaiko to run away for P2.
Nice move by Jan Kalam there, parking it at the apex, allowing for 0 moves to be made there.
Oh,
no!
Oh, whoa.
Nice save still.
The view was a bit loose there, but too much curve, I'm guessing.
And are we racing at a solar eclipse? Because we're seeing sun rays at the back of the skies, but
it's the spotlight of the racetrack. There's just one part of the racetrack. The lamppost is just too bright. Oh, that just like that. Oh no!
Okay.
What is that?
I know, right? It looks like a solar eclipse from here.
A solar
Well,
eclipse or a
regardless of what
total
it is,
eclipse? I'm just kidding.
Battle is getting so.
Ari Chavez with the
JP
fastest
dropping
lap.
down to P9. Well, I'm wondering what's happening there. Using P8 just a second ago.
Ah.
He's in perfect. This may be a factor. If anything happens to JP in a negative way, like a miscalculated overtake, that could change the tides of the championship. And Kenneth Montemayor is still charging, recovering up to P17 right now. JP up to P8.
And he takes the move, he's got the move done. But again, he still has those penalties that we still don't know is either gonna bump them down off or what.
We still don't know if the Cachao
Man,
Racing
Lopez really
teammate
has
will
to keep
file-
that weaving under control, man. Damn.
He sure does. That was very bad. That was just not cool, man.
But let's see if a Cachao Racing driver will file a protest against another Cachao Racing driver.
Honestly, I think this is something for stewards to even see themselves. You know, need to protest. It's really
Oh, it's a three-way battle for P5.
And John Lawrence gets the inside.
It's a John and John again, guys. It's a John and John.
Show. But now they are teaming up against Kelly Mabao for P5. John and John, who's going to make the most of it. And JP is back joining in the mix. We have a triple John show. A triple John show. It's John, John, and John. John Lawrence Bernardo, John Emmanuel Ramos, and John Paolo Yalong.
Yep.
It's a triple John show now. Make that 3.
And oh my goodness!
Oh! Oh!
Really times on the inside.
the last
That is
corner.
not gonna work.
What is
That's
happening right now?
They knew it was the last race and they're gonna drive like it's the last of their lives. Oh my goodness.
As if it's your last. Keep going. Oh no! Oh no! What happened there?
That was not. Oh my goodness.
The Ramos hits John Lawrence Bernardo coming out of turn 1, and that
Oh,
allows
no.
John Paulo Yalo to take P6. So John Paulo Yalo wins the John and John show for this race.
Guys, please don't forget that Ogura is still catching up, you know. Like right now he's having to deal with traffic, which is really unfortunate for him. But once he starts getting past, I think we might have a chance. I mean, a while ago, guys, Kenneth Montemayor was in the lead. He was almost certainly like gonna take the title, but now that Ogura and JP are just so much like further across the pack, we don't even know at this point.
Right. But here's the thing. Look at the intervals. JP, the gap between John Paulo Yalo and Kenneth Montemayor is less than 10 seconds. And Kenneth Montemayor is still on a recovery charge. It's now down to just 9 seconds. So, assuming JP gets a at least 5-second penalty and Kenneth Montemayor puts that gap less than 5 seconds or whatever is, whatever's enough considering the penalties, that may
God, he
change
has a chance.
the post. He may still have a chance, and we still have 10 minutes remaining in this race, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, I think you have to take into account that he took out more than one dude, so I'm not sure if a 5-second penalty would do any of the drivers who got totaled justice, but I'm not gonna make any predictions just yet. But right now I think Ogura has a really, really good chance of taking this, I mean, now that everyone's getting settled, as you can see here, guys, let's just hope that something happens up front, maybe Kenneth can still have a chance at taking this, but I don't know at this point.
Well, yep, there's still exactly 10 minutes remaining in the race.
I know we have some phasing.
For the bit of teleport, Joel Kelly Mabao teleporting there. Not sure what's going on with this machine, but that allows JP to have a look.
Oh,
at the
that's a
JP has
risky maneuver there. JP alone takes P5 away from Joel Kelly Mabao.
Oh, we can still have the switchback.
Switcheroo.
Not quite.
No, denied by Yalo. Nope. Oh dear.
And now he has to deal with John Callum, who's
And now a battle for P2 right here, guys. Dom Dikaiko against Advan Ramirez.
Advan Ramirez has been passing people left and right in race 1. Can he do the same to get P1 here? 5 seconds might be a lot, but again, there's 9 minutes to go, right? So, can't be sure.
Right, and those curbs can kill you at any minute.
Advan has a nice run here. He has a nice exit there going out of turn 1, I believe.
We have a spinner. Emmanuel Di Parini gets hit by somebody behind him. Drops
But Advan Ramirez gets the move. Too much space. He's got all the room to work with.
Ivan Dikaiko sets the fastest lap of the race with 147.6 so far. And yeah, we have Dom Dikaiko who has a better momentum coming out of turn 1, getting past Advan Ramirez again for P3, because Advan Ramirez, although he did manage to pass Dom Dikaiko on the inside, he may have overcooked the corner and lost some exit speed coming out of that first corner.
But that won't matter now. That slipstream is definitely helping him get back into the game.
He still has 8 minutes to make a move for P2 though, but their battle allows Zablan to run away at P1 at the moment with a 5.2 second lead.
That's right. And now a battle going on between Ivan Dikaiko and Emmanuel De Porine.
That was not
clean. But yeah, Emmanuel De Parini gets past Ivan.
Oh no, that's nasty right there.
Someone get the
Oh,
hand sanitizer.
no!
Someone get the hand sanitizer. That was not clean.
Oh, no.
That is not clean. Oh my goodness.
Rick Chavez getting the contact with Joel Kelly Mabao there. A battle for P7. That's alright.
Yeah,
Now the Johns no longer together. Quite unfortunate. We were enjoying that battle. I'm not
John
gonna
Lawrence
lie.
Bernardo down to P13. Now with Masatsune Ogura overtaking Paul Ryan Lopez.
having a look at the outside line, trying to maintain momentum. Masatsune Ogura having a look at Paul Ryan Lopez. Let's see what his move will be coming into turn 1. Is he going to hold or is he going to send it? Not yet.
No, staying safe. Staying safe by going wide.
Limits, careful there. But because he has gone over track limits, the AstroTurf slowed him down, so he's lost momentum. That allows Paul Ryan Lopez to have a little bit of a breather from Masatsune Ogura for P9.
Another battle happening right now for P7. Mari Chavez takes P7.
Chavez gets the move done with.
I think he may have rattled Kelly Mabao's page a little bit there. Joel Kelly Mabao, turn 3, a little bit off the track there. Maybe it didn't look like they had a major collision, but I can definitely see Marie Chavez rattling Joel Mabao's cage a little there.
That's right. As Joel Kelly
much
Mabao still
contact
keeps
happening.
up with Masatsune Ogura as he wants to get P9 back.
Actually, Masatsune Ogura is in P9 already. And Joel Mabao, I think. Damage.
Oh!
Diporini tried getting a move a bit too premature there.
No, Joel Mabao is struggling on earning grip. I think he has some front end damage. He seems to be having a big hint of understeer coming towards.
Having trouble taking right turns, I
most
believe,
likely.
Luis.
Probably, I'm not sure, but yeah, I assume damage because there has been quite a lot of a mess.
No!
Very big lunge! Wow!
Oh no!
Joel Kelly Mabao saves it still.
Deadly.
At the same time, Emmanuel
That's
Deparini,
nasty right there.
Emmanuel Deparini slows down because he knows that was rough.
Yeah, that dive bomb was just wow from one end of the earth, you know.
Meanwhile, for Aransanso and for Lablio,
They're
side by side on the
here, but I
stretch.
think Chris is gonna hold this position right here. Oh, but he turns in a bit too early. We're not sure yet. The Diablo still
Bye, bye.
has a chance. Oh, yep, and I was absolutely right. Chris, a bit too premature on the turn in, gave up some time there and the position, quite sadly.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness.
Whoa!
Guys, I think Kelly Mabao definitely does have damage. If you remember, Chavez quite easily passed him, you know, thanks to that damage. As you saw, he kind of overcut one of the corners in the midsection, which, you know, leads on to our conclusion there.
And
Guys,
Another
JP
battle happening right
JP is
now.
already in
they're still
P4.
battling here for P2. Advan Ramirez and Dom De Caico still having a nice battle here. But despite the battle, I think they are gaining on. Wait a minute. This is a battle for the lead. What happened to Zablan?
Hang
I think he
on.
had a disconnection.
Hang on.
He's dropping.
Oh no, nope, never mind. There's a bug. There's a bug.
Timing bug.
Yeah, I think he disappeared for a moment there, and then the game recognized him again, so we put everyone back down.
No worries. Good.
Oh.
Thank God for the sector time. You still got to refresh the ticker, so we're good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Guys, JP is slowly but surely gaining on the top 3 right now. We're not sure how everything's going. Ogura still stuck in P9. We're not sure what's happening there, but I think that ballast is really killing him now in traffic. Not able to find moves likely.
Oh, Advan Ramirez overcooks them. Oh, Advan Ramirez.
Oh no!
We were happy there.
The paint, touching the paint there, that doesn't have as much grip as asphalt, so
JP is right on his tail.
JP is now on his rear bumper, closer to his rear bumper and slipstream range.
Guys, remember, he still has some penalties he'll have to collect at the end of this race. But I think him going further up the pack is just gonna solidify his chances, don't you think?
He is pulling away from Kenneth Montemayor, who is currently on P11, and Kenneth Montemayor still has some traffic to deal with right ahead of him. He still has Emmanuel De Parini, Masatsune Ogura, Paul Ryan Lopez, Jahan Kalam, and Marie Chavez, as well as John Emmanuel Ramos to deal with before he could even have a chance to catch up to JP. But then again, post-race penalty will play a role after this race for the championship. So if although JP would finish far ahead of Kenneth Montemayor in this race, we still don't know because there has been a lot of incidents in the early stages of this race.
Exactly, and you know, guys, I'm so sad to see this. You know, it's the same story. If we go back to Ryan Lopez here, like it's the same story again, just like in race 1, where we see Ryan Lopez weaving and kind of like maybe weaving, we're not sure, but kind of slowing down the rest of the pack here.
He doesn't seem to be weaving as much as he did on race 1 though, but I think he's still struggling with car setup at this stage. Let's have a look at this section. This at the end of this long straight is where he frequently weaves, but right now he's just trying to get the slipstream of Jahan Kalam, who is right ahead of him, P7. Okay, so he has a straight line advantage here, picking up some of that slipstream from Jahan Kalam. He is having a look at the inside line, coming into turn 3, and
he gets the move done very cleanly. That was a nice overtake there.
And definitely not weaving this time, but let's see, now that he's ahead of Jahan Kalam, will he be weaving to keep his temperatures in check? Not anymore. He is steady right now, so it seems he has his tire pressures spot on right now. He doesn't need to weave as much anymore.
This might actually be good for Ogura because he seems to be struggling, you know, to pass Ryan Lopez. But now that Ogura is no longer behind him, Ogura might be able to find a move on Jahan Kalam here.
Well, I hope he doesn't make a kamikaze move anytime soon. But yeah, actually Ogura, you know, still has a clean race overall. And oh wait, what happened there?
The stream.
We just lost the race feed.
Yeah, we lost feed there.
Oh, there we go. Thank you very much.
Sorry. Sorry there. Check
That was
the
a bit
stats.
sudden.
Okay, so
like exactly what I mentioned. Ogura just got past him. I think Ryan Lopez, now that he's finally progressing and finally finding pace, Ogura finally has
battle for P1 on what is possibly the last lap of the race. Zablan and Dom De Caico now in range of P1, and I think JP is, I don't know if he's trying to take it home, or he also got Advan Ramirez somewhere in the process. But yeah, I think we remember Advan Ramirez at 1 lap ago. He touched the AstroTurf at the edge of turn 3 and lost a lot of momentum, so that allowed JP Yalo to take P3. And we have a little bit of a timing bug, but yeah, this is a battle for the lead. We still have 2 laps because it's not showing the white flag yet, ladies and gentlemen. So these guys still have 2 laps in the race, and Dom De Caico is right behind Zablan for P1. Where is he going to make a move? Will he make an early bounce for the lead, or will he put on the pressure on Zablan?
Their pace is looking awfully similar here in the mid sector. We're gonna see if Zablan here makes any silly mistakes. I think he made an inaccuracy there. Dom is definitely getting behind him. Oh my goodness, that exit speed is so much higher. I think Zablan entered a bit too early there, not carrying enough speed. And now we see Dom getting closer, slowly but surely.
I think Max Zablan has problems with his tires. He may have overused it.
No, but take note that this is likely the last lap, if I'm not mistaken.
It's still green, but let's see. Will this be the last lap? Will this be the final lap?
Whoa!
Let's see. Let's see what Patrick has to say. Oh, that's the last lap.
That is it.
Max Zablan takes
JP
win for the last race of the season for the SRPH GR86 Cup, followed by Dom De Caico P2, JP Yalong P3, Advan Ramirez P4, John Emmanuel Ramos P5, Marie Chavez P6, Paul Ryan Lopez P7, Masatsune Ogura P8, Emmanuel De Parini P9, John Lawrence Bernardo P10, Kenneth Montemayor with a recovery drive P11, Ivan Decaico, P12, Joel Kelly Mabao, and P13. Erlo Oliver Cahilig on P14, Eli Davilo P15, Kyle Axel Aranzazo P16, who we have here, Adrian
Arengo.
Arengo P17, Darwin Soto P18.
Oh, another big moment.
Oh, now make that
Just before
P19
the
because
finish.
he just got bounced by number 43 of
It was
that?
really unfortunate
Kyle
there for Darwin.
Sanchez.
Losing another position.
Darwin
just before
Sanchez,
the
Ralph
finish.
Borja in P20, and Miko Silo P21. And I think we have retirees as well for this race.
I can assure
I don't
that
see
there are
Jaden
probably a
Somera.
few.
I wonder what happened to the young driver.
But then again, all of these positions are provisionary because there has been a lot of incidents for this race. Like cars are everywhere in the first good corners. As we see somebody nudging over one of the cars there. I'm not sure if that was for fun or an expression that, hey, I didn't like your driving style earlier. I'm not sure what's going on between the
Thankfully,
guys.
that's already after the race.
Yeah.
Not the real race.
Still after the race, like you also still have to be careful because some of the drivers have
Wait,
direct drive wheels.
yo.
and if
What
you
are
hit
they doing? What are they doing?
They are time traveling back,
I think they're doing the
Oh, wait. I think Kachao is gonna take a pictorial.
They're
Okay.
gonna take a pictorial here.
Well, check it out right there.
Oh, that is
Look
so.
at
That
that.
is so.
Look
oh my
at
goodness,
that,
that's so
guys.
nice.
Oh, wow. Check it
So
out.
even though they were smacking each other the whole race, it's nice to take a picture. Just to remind themselves that we're all friends here. We're all on the same
Yeah.
team. We just
Okay.
wanted to fight for.
Nicely done
Won't be
here.
able to do this in real life, like directly after the race, but in the sim, no problem.
That's right.
Guys, this is gonna be a very close battle for the championship because now that we know that, because if we can see JP right now in the podium.
And look at it from the
Twice.
view of Max Zablan, guys. Check it out.
Oh wow,
Check it out right there.
that is nice. That is a nice.
Why does
A little burnout here, a little burnout.
Celebratory.
Oh my goodness.
And Round Bora coming in
Congratulations to
reverse.
Max Zablan.
Wait. Oh, no.
Oh,
Okay. Dude, what's the
no. Yeah,
trend? Why are you all
congratulations.
driving
Yeah,
reverse?
the top 3 drivers right now. Max
Yeah, man,
Zablan,
this is good.
Dom and JP.
So far, so
I mean,
good.
guys, I need to know what the point
Okay.
system is here.
all,
I know it's
all,
double points, but
all we can do is wait because there will be a lot of post-race penalties that will be sanctioned by the stewards after this race because surely the drivers are kind of hot right now. So we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but definitely some cool downs that need the drivers need a little bit of a cool down, and at the same time like review all of their moves, all of what has happened in the races, like review and see if it is worthy of filing a protest even.
yeah, I mean, but for sure, I know that there's a good chance that JP might drop a few positions. But the question is whether it's enough to take back the points from Kenneth. Because guys, remember that the lower the points, the lower the position is. For example, like Agur right now, I think the difference between P8 and P7 isn't that big as compared to the first 3 drivers on the podium, if I'm not mistaken, right? So anything is just wow.
Yeah, only the stewards can answer that much later in after the race because that is going to be a lot of work cut out for
Not
them.
a very clean race,
Mhm.
I mean,
Meanwhile, we have Daryl Brady in the commentary booth. I think we may have some announcements before we start on the Procast race.
yes, I'm pretty sure as well.
I don't know what to announce, pero congrats to all drivers on the amateur class. And thank you for joining the series. We'll see the champion after the results because meron pa tayong mga penalties to review.
Daming
Yeah.
nangyari.
Yes, so yeah, we'll see. And then I think we can go now. Not yet. In 1 minute, we can get into the pro class server.
And I could really use like a toilet break right now just to freshen up. Wow, this was
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
did a lot of sanitizing here spiritually. That was just not
Hello? Hello?
De Los Reyes only has a 10 kilo ballast, so that weight difference might do something, but again, it's not as bad as some of the drivers here, such as Alexis Clapano, very well known pro driver here, 40 kilo ballast. So this is really gonna be rough for him. But we'll have to wait and see how they adapt to it and see if they can still find some pace. Right, we'll never know until they're out there on the track right now. But I think Enzo and Luis have a very good chance in taking this home. You know, they have the least ballast among some of the drivers here, and they have the most points. So margin of error is a lot smaller for them, but we're gonna have to wait and see if Sercano could pull up the race.
They may have the advantage in terms of overall weight coming into this race, but don't forget the heavyweights like Kyoyim, Vince Fan, and our very own Russell Reyes, all carrying 60 kilos of ballast following their success in the previous round.
You know, I this is just absolutely crazy. I honestly think that they still have a chance. Okay, here's the thing that we forgot to take into account. You know, like the fact that these heavy hitters, you know, like our teammate Russell Reyes, Alexis Capano, can still take points away from these championship contenders. You know, they can take a spot in the middle, right? Luis can get like a P3, and then Russell could get like a P4, and then it could really affect the point difference. You know, they can still mess up that battle they have going on, but you know, I'm really excited to see because I'm pretty sure the drivers are much cleaner and they're going to be driving much faster. The overtakes are going to be a little different, and I'm really excited to see how they do it.
That
So
just goes to show how complex this last set of races for the pro class is, actually, considering the differences in success balance that these drivers are carrying, but at the same time considering their points difference in the current championship standings. I ran
But
out of
Luis, do
ideas.
you have anyone you would like to root for? You know, a
I
bit of bias
honestly
going on.
not really. I don't want to root for anybody, but I'm looking at either Enzo Izon and Luis de los Reyes eyeing for their first pro championship in the SRPH series. These guys have been battling for quite some time now since the first round. All despite Luis de los Reyes mainly focusing on Assetto Corsa and PC titles. Enzo Izon, we know, is a strong contender coming from the GR Cup junior class, but at the same time, he's also showing his prowess right here in Assetto Corsa, also on a Toyota GR86.
Exactly, even at such a young age, he's able to compete with like some of the best in the country already. I'm only like just waiting to see what he'll do once he grows up and just you know goes to the sporting class and everything. But
But if these two get into a major RG bargy, we cannot count out the likes of Alexis Clapano, a true veteran of sim racing, as well as Aldo Balagulan, a rising star of sim racing.
exactly, and the point difference right now between the top 10, I believe everyone has a chance, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Indeed, because anything can happen. With double points on the line, all the drivers will just have to send it and hope for the best and get as much points as they can, while at the same time trying to avoid incidents, because any incident, any penalty, any scruffle can make the difference in the championship at this stage.
I completely agree. Every point counts at this point, quite literally. And it's a
Why?
shame because we know a lot of these guys are in person, and these are friends, but we don't want a particular guy to lose, but at the same time, it's just really hard.
We good? Are we good? Are we good?
Keanu,
So
mic
far,
check.
so far, so good.
All right.
Okay.
Hope
On the way.
I hope we were able.
nawala audio, nag-freeze yung kabilang PC, but
Game.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It happens.
But
Yeah,
did
let's hope we can
our
still catch up. Let's
yeah,
hope we
but
can still catch up.
did our entertainment section go through?
Hindi captured lahat kasi the audio got disconnected.
Okay.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's okay. At least you guys were doing it.
We're trying to
Thank you,
entertain the
thank you.
guests a little there.
Filler episode.
Actually,
Yeah.
the quality is on wet.
Oh,
Oh
my
goodness.
I see
whoa,
that.
Wait a minute.
It's on
Wait
the
a
wet.
minute. Wait
The
a
great-
minute. Now that wait a minute,
The
coach.
great equalizer, ladies and gentlemen.
Coach,
Other guys
is
are
this
on
not?
dry tires, and then other guys are on wet tires.
Are they gambling of a dry track later on? We still cannot see what's going on in the track at the moment.
Guys, now that ballast might actually help. Oh my goodness, wait a minute. Now suddenly the tables have turned. That ballast is finally helping our heavy hitters. Oh
Yeah.
my, I did not expect a quali in the wet.
Saving the
Oh
challenge
no.
for pros. A
Here we
possible wet
go.
race on a night race as well on race 2, but let's see. Remember, race 1 is going to be a daytime race and race 2 is going to be a nighttime race, but now we also have dynamic weather in the mix. So just goes to show just how much more complex the pro class is at the
This
moment.
is literally a movie. It's literally a movie. It's night. Just picture it, guys. Everyone at home. You're driving. It's the middle of the night, and it's raining. The dramatic music's playing on the back. It's just, oh my goodness.
And here's the thing about dynamic weather in the original Assetto Corsa. It's not like other racing games with dynamic weather, because I participated in a few test races on this car earlier, and there was also dynamic weather testing. And when it rains, it doesn't take like even a few seconds for you to realize, okay, it's raining, time for you to get to the pits, and you will realize it
Oh
like
my
10
goodness.
seconds. But I'm not sure if there were tweaks in that mod after that test race, but during our test race, when it rained, it was instantly like flooded on the track.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna have to wait and see. I'm not sure if that's quite fair. Yeah.
But let's hope the dynamic weather has been tweaked following the test race that I experienced myself. But boy, that race was a mess.
Yeah, let's just see if there are any drivers who are willing to take risks like yours truly, by staying on the dries. Let's see if the weather will be kind to them. This is really a luck game now. It
Mm.
just so happened that quali will, like, the ballast will actually help our heavy hitters. This is just a surprise. I don't know about you. I'm not sure how much that weight will affect. What do you think, Coach? Personally, from what I know, I think that weight's gonna help them traction wise, but I could be
Mm,
wrong here.
maybe, maybe not, because it depends on how they set up their car. If they were able to predict that there's going to be even rain or
You're
a chance
right.
of
That's
rain.
even assuming that they even have a setup for the rain. Well,
Mhm.
everyone, I think we're gonna have to expect much higher tire pressures here.
Mhm. Or at least,
Maybe tweaking to the damping.
or at least a setup that works on both the dry and rain.
And now the curves are gonna be a little more nasty. What do you think, Coach?
I'd say the curbs will be lava on the rain because
It's
we
not.
already,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I think because we already saw that the curbs are already unfriendly on the car on a dry track. What more when it rains?
I can expect some of these guys to maybe run a more conservative setup, maybe, right? Like maybe changing the damping a bit. Like just the wet weather just affects it that much. But we're gonna have to wait and see. I think my prediction is that the heavy hitters here, Russell Reyes,
Yo Yim and Vince Fan
Yo
all
Yim.
carrying 60 kilograms of ballast.
Yeah, I think even Vince Fan, yeah, Alexis Clapano, Aldo Palagulan, I think these guys might have a slight edge compared to Luis and Enzo, who I did not expect would, my goodness. Well, but
Oh.
again, guys, we're gonna have to wait and see. It could be raining in one lap, and the next, suddenly the dry line suddenly starts to open up, and only time can tell. We just have to wait for the stream to get back on. Hopefully, we can get back to that very soon. But
Yeah, hoping
oh,
we're missing out a lot here, but
race
we're
one
also
was crazy. I'm still remembering race one, right? Like, oh, goodness. I knew the racing would be close, but I did not expect the carnage. But boy, it's still my first time, so I don't know. I don't really have a good basis on what's normal here.
But it's alright, yeah, you're doing good for a first time, I would say. But anyway, I also have no clue who among these drivers may or may not had 1,000 laps for the week, because we know there are some drivers who, are really into like trying to get the most out of the car setup and doing 1,000 laps, trying to get the most out of the track and the car. And we have a stream. Can we check? Yeah. So qualifying has just ended. We missed a lot of the action, but here we see Vince Fan, one of the heavy cars, currently on P1 with a 149.554, and I think we are seeing
As I've mentioned, oh my goodness, as I've mentioned,
rain.
Gas is giving that extra traction. But Enzo Ison, surprisingly, still really close to Vince Fan, despite not having that extra traction there. So for those, and Stanley
Stanley
Goles,
Goles, one of the cars who don't have balance at all. No balance at all for Stanley Goles, but he's up into P2 for now. Qualifying
I'm
session is over,
impressed.
and he may just be there. Where is Russell Reyes in the mix? I think he's setting a lap. Is he in the race?
I don't think so. We don't see him here on the leaderboards here. Perhaps he
He's in
didn't join
Clark.
this race.
Sorry.
He's in Clark.
I don't
He's
think he
in Clark.
joined this race.
He's in
Yeah,
Clark. Okay, so
he might have a double duty there.
yeah, it does double duty, but I think he
He's on
didn't make the
green.
race tonight. But I think he just added in a few races for fun. He knows, like, doesn't want to mess too much in the championship, considering the double points on the line, and he may, he's considering the complexity of the battle that we are about to see in a few moments' time. David Eason takes back pole with a 149.4, followed by Vince Fan P2 with a 149.5. Didn't get to
Guys.
improve his time. Sorry.
Can I just say that Stanley Goles, just because I know this man personally, he's a friend of mine, and this guy had almost no practice going into this race. So I'm really surprised that he was able to find a good setup in the rain. I think this might be a stroke of luck for him. You know, like,
Well,
but
actually,
again, props to
I-
Vince and Enzo. You know, like Enzo, despite not having that much of ballast, I could be wrong. Maybe that ballast isn't really helping. But I want to know your opinion on this, Coach, because you know I'm very new to this game. But my guess is that the ballast is supposed to help, but apparently not. Apparently Stanley's still able to like keep up. You know.
like I said, it's all about car setup as well because the rain, a different setup is needed if you're going to run the car on the rain. Just like in ACC, like you don't use a dry setup on a wet track and vice versa.
Actually, I was gonna bring up the fact that you know there are a lot of drivers practicing on the dry. It might hurt them on the
Mhm.
wet layout because now that they're really like dead set on following the dry line, now they're gonna have to. They're kind of I'm assuming they're kind of panicking trying to find that grippier line now. But
Mhm.
again, only time will tell. These guys they're in the pro class for a reason, and I'm only excited to watch the races.
If the setup was completely fixed, like the drivers are not able to change setup at all aside apart from tire pressures and fuel, I think the added ballast would have played a role in a wet race. But since the car setup is open for this series, the drivers do whatever they can to compensate for the changes in weather and the ballast that they're carrying.
Yeah, that's definitely you can definitely see that here in the racing. It's just so
Meanwhile,
now
we
that
are
we see the pace of everyone, Coach, what do you expect to happen? You know, like now that we see that Enzo, Stanley, and Vince are kind of on pace here. I'm not sure how Luis did. I think we were able to catch a glimpse of it.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
Luis de los Reyes, I saw him qualify in the middle of the top 10, I think P4 or P5. So I think he kind of struggled a little bit in the rain, but that Enzo Izon is on somewhere in the front row, so he just has a few or just one car ahead of him to deal with. And right now his goal is to just try and run away from the rest of the pack and like in our GT Cup round 3, I think his primary objective for the first few stages of the race is just try to pull away because you don't have a pit stop to worry about anyway. And I think he also want to work with Vince Fan and Stanley Goles to just try and pull away from the rest of the field and try to get as much points as they can because it's double points race.
exactly. And Stanley and Vince can very easily help take away potential points crucial to the championship right now. And oh boy. I mean,
Right.
I'm just waiting for the race to happen at this point.
Yep,
You know,
yep.
it's unfortunate that we couldn't see our teammate Russell Reyes run on the track, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but
You
I
know,
think he's having a good time in the track at the moment. I believe he just shared a story not long ago. He is working on the telemetry of a radical car. That sounds good. And meanwhile, the race is already
oh my
on.
goodness,
Missed the
very
start there. We
unfortunate
didn't
how
get
we
to
keep
see
missing
much,
the
but
start.
yeah, but turn one again, relatively clean. Incident
Oh, this is
free.
a
Like
dry lap right now, Coach. I think
dry,
this is dry.
dry track for now, but let's see. None of the drivers
Enzo
know
is
there might be.
taking that position, taking it back now.
Oh,
Enzo,
wait a minute. What's going on? Where is okay. Enzo Izon is in P1, Luis Del Reyes in P3. In between them is Vince Fan. If
it was a
Luis Del
nice jump.
Reyes can get past
Oh my
Vince, oh,
goodness!
okay, Vince Fan having a battle with David Izon, Stanley Goles, a little bit pressure
Oh, a
coming
bit
from
too tight there.
Sunny Poon. Okay, Sunny Poon having his sights now on Luis Del Reyes.
Perhaps Stanley's setup was more tuned for the wet. It might be hurting him right now, but we're gonna have to wait and see. As Luis de los Reyes has a very strong start, starting from P5, I believe. Oh, but he loses it to Vince Fan.
Good. Okay,
my
but keeps
goodness.
it on the black stuff though. That keeps his momentum. Sunny Poon though, using a little bit of track extension there, but the track extension will actually slow you down. So you have to be careful not to use too much track. Otherwise, you will lose that all-important momentum. Meanwhile, Luis De Los Reyes is having a look at Sunny Poon, looking at the outside line coming to the final corner. He's going to try and
That's
use
a bit too
momentum of the
wide,
last
but
corner, but Sunny Poon closes the door and the line messes up Luis De Los Reyes' momentum coming out of that last corner.
guys, now it's up to Enzo to try and catch up with Vince Fan. He needs to stay within that slipstream range. He
Sunny
wants to
Poon.
fight away from Luis.
Sunny Poon deciding to go defensive coming into turn 1. Luis De Los Reyes having to work on the outside line, and Stanley Goles about to lunge an
Bit of a
attack on
dive
Luis De
there.
Los Reyes coming into turn 3. Will he make it stick?
I
Luis De
don't
Los
think
Reyes
so.
though.
I think the turning was a bit too early.
Or the braking early on Stanley Goles' part, but now Luis De Los Reyes is having his sights on Sunny Poon because he knows Sunny Poon is getting in the way of his championship hopes against David Izzo, who is currently on P2. Meanwhile, Vince Fan is on P1 at the moment, running away, despite the heavier car Vince Fan has.
No, but as you can see, Enzo is slowly trying to creep in on him. As you can see, that split time is getting smaller and smaller. But what I'm more concerned about is the strategy for the drivers tonight. So now that we know that the point battle is just made it so that everyone has a chance, I think everyone has to be a bit conservative. Try keeping close to Vince Fan, who's probably taking valuable points away from the championship as we speak. He himself still has a chance for this win, if I'm not mistaken. And I think them fighting is not going to help them right now, especially seeing some dive bombs. And as we see, Stanley Goles and I'm not sure about his first name. I'm very sorry. Right now they're battling and they're losing time. And I don't know if this is the right strategy. I don't know, Coach. What do you think?
Jerry Yu on P6 at the moment. Jerry Yu doesn't have a ballast as far as I know on this car. But yeah, P1 to P6 currently, not really that much battles going on, so they can afford to trade positions here and there. Not like what's going on further back down the grid. In the middle of the pack, we have Andre Vargas and Hin battling for P8 at the moment.
And we see Stanley Goles kind of have to go solid on the brakes there after he gets caught off by Jerry Yu.
Yeah.
Again, this fighting is really not helping them. That gap is slowly rising ever so slightly. And as you can see, Enzo Izon, as we speak, as I've mentioned, is now slowly closing that gap. That ballast is now hurting Vince Fan's overall time.
Probably the tires are a little bit too stressed at the moment here. Enzo Izon still has a lot of time, 15 minutes remaining to this race, but already catching up into Vince Fan with a heavier car. I think it's all about tire management from here because these guys don't really have that much RG bargain to worry about, but right now it's all about tire management because this track, even though there are long straights, the corners are just as fast. So those fast corners can really put a strain on the tires, and also some of the tight corners under heavy braking, you have so much load on the front tires under braking, so the temperatures are at play as we see.
Exactly.
Enzo Izon a little bit wide coming out of the last corner there, but
perhaps
still
trying to be a bit conservative. Yeah.
Still having a faster lap compared to Vince Fan for laps 3 or lap 2 rather. Meanwhile, Aldo Balagulan stuck in P11, battling Yung Pak Hang for P10, but at the same,
not able to find the move there, not able to get a good exit, necessary for that overtake there on turn 1.
Doesn't seem to have the right car setup at the moment, but
ballast is still hurting him. Let's take into account he still has a 40-kilogram ballast. And it's kind of hurting him here in the mid-pack where he's trying to get a good run on them on the corners. But again, that extra weight is really limiting his cornering speed here.
Also, I'm not sure if he got involved in some early race incidents. We saw some cars like getting hit left and right at the back of the back, but we were a little bit too focused on the battle for the championship, on the leaders of the race, like David Eason and Sunny Poon, Luis Del Reyes, still close to each other, but Eason trying to keep up with Vince Fan for P1, as we see Andre Vargas and
Battling it out
Aldo Balakulan battling out for P10. Aldo Balakulan up into P10 right now. Andre Vargas seems to have overcooked the last few corners and overcooking his
Andre seems to have the inside.
No. Andre Vargas is under attack by Roy Numeripperip. Another
Oh my
one.
goodness, my bad. That's my mistake.
Another rising star from the
And Numer gets the move done. That's a very clean move. As you saw, he really maximized the space on the inside, was able to hold the line and the momentum.
There's
And now
this
he's got a really good exit speed.
Roy Numeripperip and Andre Vargas still side by side, but Numeripperip has the inside line coming into that corner.
A bit of grass there.
A little bit of argy-bargy, but Andre Vargas has the momentum coming out of that corner.
And this is good for Aldo, because the more they fight, the more he has room to breathe and recollect and find his pace within the race, you know, now that he's away from traffic somewhat.
Meanwhile, Enzo Izzo takes P1 from Vince Fan. They are having quite a battle up in front, but despite
Oh my goodness! And they trade places here.
Vince Fan and David Izzo, we have a battle, ladies and gentlemen, side by side, coming into the third stretch, coming to turn 4. Enzo Izzo has the inside line at the moment, coming into turn 4, but let's see how Vince Fan would counter-attack. He takes a geometric racing line there. Enzo Izzo losing momentum because he has to go offensive there. And a little bit rough there.
I don't think that was clean. That was not clean.
That was rough.
Review that. That was a side swipe there almost.
That
but
was
Enzo still has the momentum.
And David Enzo Izon keeping his head down despite being sandwiched by the two SB Auto Image guys right now.
I think it's important to take note, Coach, that this battle is not helping Vince. That balance is gonna hurt his tire wear long run. But he can only pray that the rain would help get his advantage back.
If it ever comes, that is.
If it ever comes, you're right. And so for now, Enzo definitely has the advantage, making Vince eat up his tires as we speak. You know. But again, Sunny Pun is definitely gaining on them. He has a slipstream. He is less than a second away from them. And he might be able to get the run up on the midsection here. We're only going to have to wait and see how he does here.
Vince Fan will be the sitting duck coming into this long stretch because now he is on the slipstream range of David Eason. David Eason, is he going to go for the inside line coming this corner, or will he bide his time?
I don't think so. I think...
To the inside, but I think he overcooked it, or no, he secures P1 again. Nicely done from David Eason.
Now this might be... That might have been a very crucial overtake. As you saw, he parked it by the apex, really killed a lot of momentum for those behind him. He might have actually solidly got the position. Now that he's maximizing the road, I think Vince Fan and Sunny Poon, oh my goodness, are we going to see the same move?
And Enzo Izon chipping a little bit too much curve coming out of turn 4. That cost him momentum there, but now that allows Sunny Poon to take P1. Looks like it's a SP Auto sandwich here.
That was a very good move by Sunny Poon. If you saw there, if we could only replay that, he really got the jump on him. He did not have to sacrifice his line. Was able to get... Oh, but Enzo still side by side?
Side by side, Enzo taking the outside line. But
I think Sunny Poon still has
the... Nice battle, guys.
Vince Fan has the run, has the exit. I think Enzo was a bit too wide there.
But check this out, because they're battling, that allows the group of Jerry Yu, Luis Del Reyes, and Stanley Goles to catch up to these guys.
I think if I were Enzo right here, I'd play it safe. I think I'd want to cooperate with Vince Fan and Sunny Poon, knowing that their pace is strong. It would only help increase their lead and somehow help them take that championship.
Absolutely, because any more battles and the guys behind you. Now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-man trade. As we see Alexis Tabano also in the mix at the moment. Meanwhile, David Eason is not going to wait for any more late moves there. David Eason takes the inside line against Vince Fan on the same corner that he did the previous lap. But the thing is, that would only allow Vince Fan to be in the slipstream range coming from Enzo Eason's slipstream.
It's
But
very
this time, however, David Enzo Eason has the slipstream of Sunny Poon right in front of him.
Oh, but now he's losing some exit speed.
Inside the
There.
there. So
That was a bit of a lag. My bad.
no, I think Vince Fan knows that if he does that move like a little bit too aggressive, it would cost both of the races or have him a penalty with a risky move.
And I think it's important to take note that I think a deciding factor in this race is how much the top three are willing to cooperate with each other right now.
Indeed.
Because the more they keep fighting, this is really concerning. This really might affect their race long run. And if one of them makes a big mistake, only God can tell us what will happen next. You know? But here we have in the back Numer Ripper, sort of, kind of in a battle with Andre Vargas. He has the slipstream here.
Yeah, but
at the exit speed. Now we're only gonna wait to see. It's premature.
Okay. That was close. A little bit of touch there, but nothing too major. Roy Numerip is trying to get back both Yung Tang and Andre Vargas for P10, but he has to wait until he has a good clean opportunity before he passes these guys.
Yeah, a bit premature on the overtaking attempt there, I saw. But again, let's wait and see who's gonna make a mistake here. Honestly, these guys are pro drivers, but they're not perfect. Just like what Coach said, anything can happen. You know, one of these guys can make a bit of a slip up, a bit too much curb, a bit too much grass, maybe even a technical error, hardware difficulty. But again, we still have 6 minutes, and rain can still happen.
Yeah. Nobody's saying if rain will come. We don't know for
no
sure.
Not for sure,
but if it does, it's going to change the face of the race entirely.
Yeah, I think that's another reason why Enzo really wants to get up in front and hold a position and maybe try being conservative. Right now, a bit too much of that Astro there, but still has the momentum.
Not really. He is trying like really hard to catch up on Sunny Poon. He is actually having good pace at the moment. Coming from 0.8 or 0.9 of a second, he is gaining on Sunny Poon, and he is able to have a little bit of a gap between him and Vince Fan, who was hunting him earlier. Now he has his...
Unfortunately, Sunny Poon seems to have a very strong sector as well. As you can see, that sector time, that split time isn't necessarily going down. Wow, my goodness.
They have relatively close lap times there. Enzo Eason with a 1:46.8, Sunny Poon with a 1:46.9, so the lap times are just close.
If I'm not mistaken, Sunny Poon does not have a ballast, so that might be another reason why he's getting really strong sector times in the mid sector there.
Is correct. He does. Sunny Poon doesn't have the ballast, so if I were Enzo Eason at the moment, I wouldn't worry too much about Sunny Poon up ahead. Just to try and get more points.
He needs to cooperate with Sunny Poon right now. I mean, yes, he might be taking a lot of points away from him, but it's much better than potentially getting into an accident and having Luis catch up. You know, right now, Vince Fan's struggling to keep up. He may or may not have made a mistake somewhere in the back, but again, I think it's a bit too late now for the rain to actually benefit anyone running that setup. What do you think, Coach? Do you think 4 minutes is still enough for anyone running a rain setup to actually help gain positions?
I would say yes, because remember the test race we had earlier, the effects of the rain on the track grip is almost instantaneous. Like it's not like GT7 where you could stay out for 1, 2, or 3 laps before you actually feel the need to change into intermediate tires. But here in Assetto Corsa, for some reason, the
Oh
mods
no, and now we have Enzo going for the move.
Enzo Izon is looking for the momentum approach here. Sunny
I-
Poon deciding to defend the inside line all the way throughout that last corner. But Enzo Izon maintains a geometric racing line coming out the last corner. That allows him to maintain a good momentum coming on turn 1. So far, so clean. But Sunny Poon has a better exit because of his lighter car. But neither driver has to worry too much about it because both of them are pulling away from Jerry Yu, who just got past Vince Fan for P3.
Jerry Yu, another one of our drivers without a ballast, is able to fight for a podium position right now. Only time will tell. Luis, pressure on Luis to find some points right now. He seems to be struggling to find some pace. Oh, but he's going for a move on Vince Fan. I think the tire wear is really affecting him right now.
He is getting some slipstream from Jerry Yu, who's currently on P3. Luis De Los Reyes
I don't
hold the outside of that
He got
third
it.
four.
He got the exit speed.
Let's
This is
see
nice.
if Vince Fan will make a counter attack. No, he doesn't. So I think Vince Fan is having issues with his car at the moment. Could be a tire wear issue or something, but he's dropping down to P5. Vince
It's
Fan at the
likely the
moment.
tire wear. Remember,
Yeah,
he
definitely
had a lot of
tire.
lockup moments.
Of them going out into the AstroTurf, that would slow them down. Luis De Los Reyes holding inside that. Whoa, I think Luis De Los Reyes losing more momentum than Vince Fan did coming out of that corner. Oh, little argy-bargy there. Vince Fan's already ahead of Luis De Los Reyes again. A counter attack by keeping it on the black stuff. Luis De Los Reyes, I saw him use a little bit too much curve on the inside line, and that hurt his momentum on that set of corners.
Let's not forget the battle that happened early on this race. It might be affecting Vince Fan right now. I could be wrong. But you know, all of those lockup moments, those heartbreaking battles, it might be affecting his pace as we can see right now. A 4-second gap to Sunny Poon. I don't think this is helping his championship contention here, but Luis, this is hurting Luis more than it is hurting Vince Fan. But again, we still have a race too. And
coming into turn 4, he has a good slipstream from Vince Fan. He's looking at the outside. Who's going to get turn 3 side by side all the way to the corner?
I'm not sure he can get the move here.
De Los Reyes is going for the outside momentum, and we see position lost. That's Sunny Poon. Sunny Poon dropping down to P6. He had an incident earlier there at turn 3. We didn't get to see what exactly happened there. I'm not sure if he had an incident with David Inson, but Sunny Poon is down to P6 for reasons we don't know at this time. Luis De Los Reyes again using some of that track extension, losing momentum in the process, but switcheroo. Luis De Los Reyes against Vince Fan, starting for P3 at the moment. And Vince Fan for now is ahead, but let's see if Luis De Los Reyes has another ace card up his sleeve. 45 seconds remaining into the race, but I think by our calculations we still have 3 laps, or rather 2 laps at the line on this race.
Oh, that's quite unfortunate for Sunny Poon. Only a minute to go and we don't even know what happened. Really unfortunate for him.
But that allows Enzo Izon, hopefully he could get maximum points in this race as it stands. But Luis De Los Reyes currently on P4. In between him, a couple of our Hong Kong friends in the way. Meanwhile, Alexis Clapano and Sunny Poon, I think he may have damage from the incident at turn 3 earlier. He is dropping down big time. Now is in P7. Alexis Clapano passing him for P6.
It is quite unfortunate. Sunny Poon's pace was really strong throughout the race, but now I don't think that matters now that we're at the end of the race. And no rain has happened, and this has greatly benefited Enzo, who I believe has a more ideal setup for the drive. You know, and Vince Fan now still slowly gaining on Ison, but again, we'll have to wait and see for the second race.
Yeah, as it stands, there are 2 laps remaining to the race because the leaders have crossed the line with still some time remaining in the clock. Enzo Izon with the 7/10 advantage over Jerry Yu. Again, another one of those cars with no ballast. Vince Fan on P3, Luis Reyes on P4, Stanley Collis on P5. Solid performance by Stanley at the moment. P5. I think this would be one of his best finishes of the season so far.
It actually is the best finish of his season if he can still hold a really nice finish for race 2. You know, props to a lot of these guys who didn't have much time to practice, but you know, their experience and their intuition is really showing here.
Definitely sure.
There's still a chance. You know, it's still a second gap. Enzo could still make a mistake here, but as it stands, I think Enzo is very comfortably in the lead. He's able to maintain a strong pace. Good exit there out of the last corner.
And this is the last lap of the race. Enzo Izon crossing the line with no time remaining on the lap, so this is the final lap of the race. Right now, Enzo Izon, all he has to do is just keep it clean for all throughout the track. Followed by Jerry Yu on P2, Vince Fan on P3.
Oh, Vince Fan might be battling with Luis de los Reyes because that went from 3 seconds to 4 seconds.
Let's see if the camera can switch us to the battle between Vince Fan and Luis de los Reyes, because it looks like they are having a battle. A little bit, not that close, but not that far either. Luis de los Reyes is going to get a slipstream from Vince Fan coming into turn 4.
I think Luis's job right now is to hold off Stanley Goles, who is right on his tail as we speak. Only a 0.5 difference, just enough for the slipstream range. But again, he really has to hold on to those points right now. There's no point in fighting with Vince Fan. Everyone's tires are almost shot. I could be wrong, but right now it's too risky to go for a move or any funny dive bombs.
And I think the
consistent till the end of the line. Oh, Vince Fan, a moment there. You see, he might have lost some momentum on the exit. Oh, a little bit airborne there.
Again, a little bit too much curb on Luis de los Reyes, and Stanley Goles is right on his rear bumper. Will Stanley Goles make a last-minute dive coming out of the last corner? Meanwhile, we see Enzo Izon coming into the final corner right about now. Enzo Izon, one more corner to go. Just keep it clean, and he will take race 1 of round 6 of the SRPH GR86 Cup, followed by Jerry Yu on P2, Vince Fan on P3, Luis de los Reyes in P4, Stanley Goles P5. It doesn't make a move on the last corner. Sunny Poon P6, HIN P7, Aldo Balagulan in P8, Andoy Varquez P9, Roy Rivare P10, Yung Bakhang P11. What happened there? Okay, he crossed the race already. Ray Chan P12, and what happened to Alexis Clapano down to P13? We may have missed an incident. Miko Ferrer P14, Joshua David Marquez in P15, and we have a DNF by Vincent Lorente.
Quite
sure what happened. But
this is huge for Enzo. You know, now that he's got this huge lead. No, not only was he already ahead in points, but now that double points is really going to help him solidify his lead. Luis definitely has the pressure's on him to get a strong finish for next race. I'm very certain there's going to be rain. You know, make this more exciting. But again,
see, only the stewards know what settings they put on the final race. But I would really place my bet on having a plot twist on race 2, because you know it would be anticlimactic to just have a straightforward dry race all throughout. But
perhaps a 1 lap flooding and the next lap it stops, huh?
Probably. Let's see.
You know, again, congrats to all these guys who drove very well. Very unfortunate for Sunny Poon. Had the lead, had the pace as well. You know, but again, it's part of the game. You know, sometimes we make mistakes. And
I'm guessing Sunny Poon may have clipped a little bit too much of one of the curbs somewhere. Definitely missed what happened there, but yeah. Unfortunate to Sunny
Poon. To Stanley Goles. You know, maybe he finished a few positions down his qualifying position, but again, Stanley still hasn't gotten much practice, and you know, this is his strongest finish yet on the final race of the season. Props to him, right? You know, he still held his ground. He was able to fight a bit with Luis there, but again, race 2 is gonna be the most important race because this is
Mm.
gonna literally decide who's gonna win the championship.
Indeed.
My bet is gonna be on Enzo because he did quite well on the wet qualifying. I think his setup might be more ideal for both. Actually, he might have gone with a more flexible setup. I'm not sure because his pace is both strong on the dry and the wet. But what do you think, Coach?
Definitely, we saw it in qualifying earlier. He has a setup that works on both the wet and the dry, and yeah, looks like Enzo Izan has a good shot of winning the championship as it stands. But remember, race 2 is at night. It's a reverse grid race, and we don't know if there's going to be rain in the mix.
Right. It's
But if
gonna
ever,
be
let's
it's gonna
not
be a
forget
race.
that. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. Go ahead.
welcome back to Keanu here. Yeah, I went silent for a while. We basically took over the entire show
It's all
of race
good.
1.
It's all
We're
good.
so sorry, Sir Keanu. We're so
No,
sorry.
no, no,
It was great.
no need
It's
to
like, wow.
apologize. You guys held your own, and hats off to you guys,
Wow.
man. Talking about technical difficulties here, but hey, as we all say, the show must go on, right? So
Show must go on.
And I think we also have a message from Daryl Brady, who is
Yep.
currently in the room with us. Daryl?
go ahead,
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
go ahead.
All right, so yeah, medyo exciting tong race 1 with Enzo and the Luis de los Reyes championship battle. So we'll see on race 2 what will happen. So we don't know the weather. If it's it will be raining or dry to rain or whatever.
Now
So
even
we'll
the
see.
stewards don't know. It's only time
dear.
will tell, right?
Oh dear,
Uh,
here we go.
It's a roll of the dice.
can we see the 6 lights illuminate for this race? Because we want to see the, how's the track right away before
Yeah, we want to see how they start. Like just a while ago we saw
Yo.
Don't click
we
the
saw-
drive na lang.
Okay. Sorry, wait
Yeah,
lang.
just don't click drive. Pag nag-go, tsaka ka lang mag-click drive and then yeah.
Okay.
okay, yeah,
Better.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Pero nawala
there
yung
was a
screen.
lot of position
Wait
exchanges
lang.
throughout that
Changing
race.
source lang.
Oh, are we
Yeah,
still
sila
on
pa.
air?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
we're still on air.
Oh my god.
How's that?
Okay, we're live. So, yeah. Don't click drive. Wait for the lights. Tapos tsaka mag-drive.
So wait, I wait for the lights to go off, then I click drive, right? Ano ba yun?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we gotcha.
Yeah, wait for the lights to go off and then you can click drive.
So I think we're not going to see that much of our lights going, but yeah, let's see what we can catch up on.
Alright. Sure. Wrong source yung na ano ko. My bad.
So I'm not sure if race 2 has started.
Not yet.
Let's see who's
Still
got a
counting
really
down.
nice start coming off the
All
line. I
right,
believe
so
it's a
race
grid
2
start.
is counting down at the moment as we speak, and let's see how the race starts go. So the final race of the SRPH GR86 Cup is a go by now. Let's see. We're just waiting for. Oh wait. This is it still on the wait stage?
No more.
No, it's counting
Last
down.
30 seconds.
Okay, last 30 seconds. So it's still in the wait stage. So anytime now, the race is about to go as round 6 of the SRPH GR86 Cup, the last race 2 of round 6 at the moment. So anytime now, we should see the car storming into turn 1.
Yeah, pwede mo na i-air yung kaya change cam.
We're about to find out who's gonna have a really nice launch off the line. I'm hoping it's raining on the launch. We're gonna see. So maybe we can see a bit of action for Vince Fan. Vince Fan definitely struggled on the dry there, but on the wet,
And it's a go already.
We still have a dry race. Alexis Clavano up in front. He gets the overtake. Miko Freire drops 2 positions here.
Relatively
In fact,
clean start
P9
by everybody.
I
thought you
think
guys
Vince
saw it.
Fan had
Okay.
a very, very nice launch off the line here because he's already up at the P8. Enzo Ison still in the back. We're not sure what happened because we weren't able to see the start.
Enzo Izon started at the way of all the way at the back of the race because of the full reverse grid, but he's moving his way up to P12 at the moment, slow but steady, but so far so clean, up from P14 or 15 from his starting position, and all he has to do now is just try to gain as many positions as he could, while at the same time not letting Luis Del Reyes be too far ahead of him, so that he can clinch the championship.
This is looking
He
very
is in the sandwich at the moment. He's in the sandwich at the moment. Careful, guys. Oh, no, oh. Nice save. Enzo is on there. Oh, no. Enzo is on big spin there. Oh, let's see, but still early on in the race. 18 minutes remaining. Enzo is on down to P14 after being sandwiched by a couple of our Hong Kong friends in the process. But it's still too early in the race because Luis Del Reyes is still in P9. But
That was unfortunate. That sandwich coupled with that unstable curve just messed up his stability there. Could not save it.
he doesn't need to be that far away from Luis Del Reyes. Luis Del Reyes still on P8 at the moment. And so he's
15-second gap. He has a 5-second gap to Vince. Let's see if he can find a way through it.
Still too early because Luis Del Reyes is in between traffic at the moment. In terms between the championship leaders, Luis Del Reyes and David Eason are just around 8 seconds apart from each other. And we know Enzo Eason has a very good car and a very good pace in this race. And I think he would be able to catch up at least in range of Luis Del Reyes in order to clinch the championship. I think he just needs to be like within 4 places of Luis De Los Reyes to be in the to maintain the
That's gonna be a tough bargain right now. Honestly, now's a pretty good time to have some rain and throw the drivers off.
Alexis Clapano overtaking on the inside.
Having a look, he's getting Andre Marquez for
He's
P2.
the move done. He's gonna
Clapano takes P2. No, taken back by Andre Marquez.
That the little on his end, that allows Andre Marquez to claim back P2 and Vince Van P3. Alexis Clapano making a last-minute defense against Vince Van, but a little bit of argy-bargy there that caused Alexis to like
I'm not sure if you guys saw, but Vince gave a little love tap under braking, made him go sideways there. That was really dangerous for Alexis Clapano. Thank goodness he made it out of that alive. I really thought he was gonna go off the track. You know, the way his car was angled, I thought he was gonna lock up and go straight off.
Yeah,
but
so
thankfully his skill and his experience is really showing there.
So far so good and so safe by these drivers. Meanwhile, Enzo Izon is up to P3.
Loses a position. Sonny Bud makes another big mistake. I'm not sure what happened there, but as you can see, he was leading against Enzo by 5 seconds, but now he's down by 6. Another big spin on the map.
Enzo is on a recovery charge at the moment, but let's see what happens with 16 minutes remaining into the race. Ray Chan here, currently on P6. We have a couple of Hong Kong drivers who are going to be batting for this. Actually, teammates of SE Auto Image, Vince Fan, HIN, and Chan. For P5 actually, like train for P4 now because Alexis Clapano is leading this train. Vince Pan having a look, trying to get past Alexis Clapano, coming to turn 4, a little bit of teleport there. Drivers are okay though, nothing too serious. And Vince Pan having a look at the inside, coming to turn 5. That's his corner now. Alexis Clapano has to give space. Vince Fan back up to P3, but let's see if Alexis Clapano will respond in the next few corners.
So far, no rain, but again, 15 minutes.
Yeah, but this battle is allowing Andre Marquez to run away from these two guys and actually catching up on Yung Pak Han for Battle of P1.
I'm not sure if that matters now because the points are really up to Eason, Luis, and I am not mistaken, there are other drivers here.
Luis De Los Reyes currently up to P7. Enzo Izon still in P13 but is quickly catching up on Ferrer, who is in P12. Stanley Goles and Jerry Yu currently having a battle for P10 at the moment. They are switching positions quickly. Let's see if we could catch a glimpse of that battle. Or not.
But regardless, Enzo, as you can see,
Andre
he's
Vargas
definitely
takes
gaining
P1.
Going for P1, coming into turn 3. Already kind of
that is
secured
a
it
nice
even before the spin of that corner. Andre Marquez still
I
has
think
the
he's
inside
on the
side,
run.
but Pak Hang has the momentum, but he touched a little bit of the afterturn at the exit of turn 3 there. That allows Andre Marquez to have a slightly better momentum coming into the stretch leading up to turn 4. But Pak
but-
Hang is having a look, but he knows he's too far behind. Let's see if Pak Hang will be making an okay, still backing off because he knows it's a little bit risky there. Andre Vargas still holding on to P1, coming into this SS section of the track. Okay,
The battle that they're having is actually helping Vince Fan now, slowly gaining. Oh my goodness, this is, oh no. Stanley
Meanwhile-
Gomes now trying to fight for position against Jerry Yu. They both seem to have a very similar pace, but Stanley Gomes, really deep on the braking there. Bit too
Meanwhile,
wide there.
we can see Enzo Izon up to P12, taking it from Ferrer in number 29 car, and now his next target would be Stanley Goles in P11, which is who is 2 seconds away. But knowing David Izon, I think he would be able to reach Stanley Goles in a couple of laps or so. So there are now only 1, 2, 3, 4 cars in between Luis De Los Reyes and David Izon. So championship, let's see, is still close to call as it stands. But David Izon is on a recovery charge. But as soon as he gets to catch up between this train of cars led by, I believe, number 00 by Chan. Let's see, these guys are having a battle, so this battle would allow Enzo Izon to catch up much quicker than initially calculated. Stanley Goles is just waiting to bounce on Jerry Yu and Aldo Balagulan and Chan on battle for P8.
Yeah, and after reviewing the points here, I think Alexis has a very good chance of taking this championship as well. He's really up. I'm not sure where he finished. I believe he finished quite far in the back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they finished P13 in race 1.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. So I think the championship is really up to Luis and Enzo. And Luis here, again a bit of curb there.
Right now, Luis De Los Reyes is trying to catch up and pass on HIN for P6. But
I think as it stands, I think Enzo might be able to get the championship win here, as long as the position's right here.
Enzo Izon has caught up with the train of Chan right behind, so I think he is going to start picking those 5 cars in between him and Luis De Los Reyes. Make that 4 actually. There they are, coming into the last corner. Enzo Izon up to P11 here, so 3 cars remaining in between him and Luis De Los Reyes. If he can get up into P10, that would make things easier for Enzo Izon for the championship. His next target is Aldo Balagulan, who is in P10, but he's not far ahead now.
If we can only see the battle, we'd love to see how Enzo is performing all of these moves.
Okay, there we are, Enzo Izon on the slipstream of Aldo Balagulan, but these two are teammates as well. Okay, a little
that is, I don't know if
teammates there. Speaking of teammates there, looks like Aldo Balagulan just let Enzo Izon through for the championship.
It's a very nice move by his teammate. Yeah, as it stands, Aldo doesn't have enough points to fight for the championship. And we're gonna see, oh my goodness, he's only 3 positions away. Luis is 1 mistake away.
2 cars in between Luis De Los Reyes and David Izon, and I think as it stands, Enzo Izon has the championship because it won't be that much points in between him and Luis De Los Reyes at this point.
There's still 9 minutes and 35 seconds still on the clock, and the rain is yet to happen. but maybe it'll never happen.
If it
Who
will
knows?
happen.
Maybe it won't.
That's
You'll
a
never
big
know.
if right there.
But if it does happen, I can safely say that Enzo's setup right now is just really flexible. Stanley Gold is really unfortunate. He was really strong in the wet. I think his setup was more ideal for it. Perhaps a bit more soft and damping there. But okay.
Okay, Enzo Izon looking to get past,
Not quite.
looking to
Kyle
get past
Chandler
Rage
holding his own.
already.
I think Enzo still needs. I think this is the time. I think this is it. This is where he can get his move there. Because I saw Kyle Chan didn't have the best exit there.
Nice momentum by Enzo Izon up into P9 now.
I think Enzo's got it. He's got a really good exit speed. And Kyle Chan a bit on the back foot. I think Kyle Chan overcooks it. He's going wild.
Overcooks it. That allows Enzo Izon through, and Ray Chan eats a little bit more grass there. That allows Enzo Izon to have a better momentum coming out of turn 3. And
There's a 6-second gap between Luis and Enzo. But it won't matter now as long as he holds that position. Hold the line. Oh my goodness.
Yep, just holding it there would be enough for him to secure the championship. Meanwhile, Andre Marquez is running away with a 1.7-second lead over Vince Fan, but we know Vince Fan has a strong car, but I think struggles on the tires, and Andre Marquez doesn't have a ballast. So
Let's not forget as well Andre Marquez. Oh my goodness!
Oh, relax there. That's a timing bug. That is a timing bug. Relax. That's a timing bug. Relax a little. Because
Calm
this
down.
is the sector where
Calm
that
down.
timing bug usually happens. And as we cross the line, it's going to be Andre Vargas in P1. See? It's a timing bug.
Okay, so yeah, let's not forget Andre Marquez, the winner of the recent Radical Challenge that happened in BMX. We can't underestimate his pace. As it stands, he might be losing a few tenths here and there on a few corners, but as you can see, it's not enough to break down the gap. In the midsection, as we all know, that ballast really hurts all the drivers. Especially when you want to keep that momentum. It's just so hard with a 60 kilo ballast. So.
And we know Vince Fan not only has the ballast, but it seems that at the later part of the race, his tires will start to show signs of wear, which would come at a disadvantage on his end. Because right now, he is trying to slowly push to catch up on Andre Vargas, who has a lighter car, but Vince Fan with a heavier car, his tires will be so much more stressed coming out on these corners. And, he just has to slowly manage his, how he closes in on Andre Vargas without eating too much of the tires.
We're missing a battle right now. Yes, thank you so much for panning on Luis.
Still struggling to get past HIN for P6.
Yeah, actually he already had it, but
having a look there, but backing off.
Not quite. I think he has to be patient, just like we discussed a while ago. In these kinds of cars, they don't have the most power. So it's all about the momentum out of the corners and, just getting the move on the straight. That's usually how we see drivers like Enzo, right? Getting all of his moves.
Right now, Luis Dos Reyes decides to go for the outside line, trying to make use of an outside.
Oh, he locked. HIN locked his tires there, coming into the corner.
Side by side, coming into the main straight. Luis Dos Reyes with a decent momentum, keeping HIN pinned on the inside line coming into turn 1. HIN will have to stay defensive there, as that will cost him momentum, as Luis Dos Reyes is now on the inside line, on the right side, coming into turn 3. At the back stretch, Luis Dos Reyes side by side with HIN. He has the inside line as of the moment, coming into turn 3, into the braking zone they go. And still there, HIN on the outside line, but
Luis wasn't able to hit the apex there. Not able to keep
Enzo Izon side by side with Jerry Yu, battle for P8.
And now he's in P8.
But still side by side coming into turn 4. Jerry Yu on the inside line, holding there. Let's see if Enzo Izon will make a lunge on turn 5. There he goes, having a look on the inside line, but backs off. Doesn't want to make too many rims.
Oh, whoa, easy,
There
easy.
you go.
You see a bit of a flashing there.
Jerry, you may have slowed down unintentionally at the middle of the corner.
No, I
And
think he had to. You know, Enzo had a really strong momentum. If he continued to follow the line, he would have gone too wide, and Enzo would have had the momentum to overtake him. So I don't know if that was a fair move, but it was definitely a good move by Jerry. You killed all the momentum, as you saw going into that corner. You know, it's a really common karting technique as well, to park it on the apex to prevent the momentum, especially when the corners are tight, like in Chang's circuit.
coming into the final corner, what is David Enzo's move here? He holds position, just trying to wait for that.
I think he'll have to wait for the he'll have to wait for the middle sector now on the other straights as well, because I think the gap is a bit too big as we speak. But again, Enzo does not need to fight for position, you know? I mean, he does not need to take that big a risk, especially since, you know, anything can happen. He already spun on the first few laps of the race and he was able to get back to P9. What about that?
And he doesn't want any penalties getting in the way of his championship as David Enzo. Okay, a little rough there, but that was David Enzo Izon's
That was still
corner. So
in my opinion, it went wheel to wheel there. Jerry went a bit wide on the brakes there, so...
But that was Enzo Izon's corner as far as I can see. So Jerry, you definitely had to had to stay outside line, otherwise he would risk getting hit off all the way outside there. Meanwhile, Vince Fan caught up on Andre Marquez right now. Let's hope we see if he still has some tires remaining in order to make an attack on Andre Marquez for P1. Will
I think
Andre
his best
Marquez
bet right now is to do a bit of a bump draft here. I mean, he does have the gap from the rest of the crowd, but I think he still needs a bit more momentum. Let's not forget that Vince Fan's cornering potential has been greatly shot thanks to that ballast. So I think getting the jump on him on the final straight is his only bet as it stands. And Enzo Izon gets the move, and he's now in P8. Only a 2-second gap. Will Enzo still go for that overtake against Luis de los Rios? What do you think, Coach?
not necessary anymore, because he is in range of like a good points finish and the championship as well, knowing that he has finished way above Luis de los Rios on race 1. He just needs to be close to him on race 2. And Luis de los Rios is still battling with HIN up until this time.
I think he's, as long as he's able to hold the line. Yep, it's his.
And finally, Luis de los Rios gets HIN, but Enzo Izon wouldn't worry about that too much because he is still in a good championship contention here. He's still in a good...
Jerry Yu is still close behind him, still is in the slipstream, and he's gonna have to be a bit careful. But luckily for Enzo, his pace is strong enough so that Jerry Yu cannot get the jump on him on certain corners.
No! Is getting it back. HIN moving a little bit too much on the inside line. That causes drivers. And now, Jerry Yu gets past Enzo Izon. Oh wait, something happened to Enzo Izon from behind.
Oh no!
I think he got shoved over by Jerry Yu. We didn't get to see what exactly happened, but I think
that is
between Jerry
unfortunate.
Yu and Enzo Izon, and that section of corners, but
Oh!
still looking good. Meanwhile, Vince Fan and Andre Marquez battling for the lead here. Andre Marquez is on the normal racing line, but Vince Fan is having a look on the inside line coming to turn 1.
Coach Lewis, what do you think? What do you think is a good strategy for someone who's got a heavier car? How can he get the overtake done on someone who has a car that's 60 kilos lighter? What would you recommend?
I would recommend just trying his best to keep in range of the slipstream and then catch up on the straights, get the toe on the straight, and then outbrake it from the corner. And then once you're through, knowing you have a better car, you have a better pace, then that's when you successfully can secure the position.
As it stands, I honestly feel that Vince Fan should really stick close to Andre. Maybe try stick into his bumper almost, so that at least he's in contention for any mistakes and gets the draft. As we can see, just like here.
Vince
Oh, but
having a look there, but
deep in the
concedes
brakes,
a
both of
little
them.
because he's too far. Still 2 laps remaining into this race, and
Oh my
Vince Van is
nice.
kind of on enormous pressure on Andre Vargas. He's right on the tail bumper of Andre Vargas right now. Andre
Honestly, would
Vargas
have recommended
is
this as well.
maintaining his line, so Andre Vargas still doing a normal line, but let's see. Vince
This is the
Van,
last
what
lap.
is
Let's
he?
not forget.
Oh, not yet, not yet, not yet. There's still 2 laps to go.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
Because they crossed the
Honestly,
line with.
oh my goodness, I think Vince Fan should keep doing what he's doing till the end of the lap. I think he shouldn't be going for any moves right now. I think he should try to remain as unpredictable as possible. Right now, he's trying to show all of the cards. I'm not sure if that's a good strategy for Vince Fan, but
This is the last lap. We have a battle for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Andre Vargas and Vince Fan for the win.
as you can see, I think Vince Fan is trying to go for a move only on the last sector. He knows that overtaking Andre right now won't mean anything because he'll always have the jump on him on the hard braking zones. So,
Meanwhile, as this is happening, we are seeing a battle for P6 between HIN, Jerry Yu, and Luis Del Reyes as Andre Marquez overcooks the corner and allows Vince Van to have a look at the inside line coming into turn 3. But now they are side by side coming into the second long straight. Andre Marquez holds the left side. That will be the inside line coming into turn 4. Let's see if Andre Marquez will maintain P1 coming out. Oh! Andre Marquez using a little bit too much curve there on the inside. Allows Vince Van to sneak in on the inside line to take P1 on the middle sector of this track. But there are still a few more corners on to this there's still a few more corners remaining here. Vince Van
sure
now in P1, but let's see what Andre Marquez has to pull. Let's see what ace card has Andre Marquez remaining on his inventory, whatever.
oh no, coach, I don't think Andre Vargas can do this anymore. His tires look kind of shot.
Andre Marquez looks like his tires are shot. That would allow Vince Van to have a little breathing room. That curve on turn 4.
Curve on turn 4 literally ended his run. You saw massive air. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was a massive air. Now Vince Van will the last
Van
race of the
Vince
season.
Van.
Vince Van takes P1 on race 2 of round 6 of the SRPH GR86 Cup. Followed by
Guys, look
Yun.
at the Los Reyes.
Whoa.
It's P9. What
It's
happened?
dropped to P9 as we speak. I don't know. I may have had an incident between HIN or Jerry Yu, but we know for sure Enzo Izo is going. Looks like he claims the championship as we stands, but then again we have to wait for the official standings. And Yung Pak Hang finishes in P3, Alexis Napang P4, Roy Ripper P5, HIN P6, Jerry Yu P7, David Enzo Izon in P8, Luis Del Reyes in P9. Sunny Poo in P10, Aldo Balagulan P11, Stanley Goles in P12, Miko Ferrer in P13, and Ray Chan P14, and I believe we have no retirements for this race.
Oh
we
my
we are
goodness.
missing one
Props to
driver
Vince
though.
Fan.
We're missing Vincent Lorente.
Right, I think he disconnected. It might be a strong possibility.
I think we retired for the rest of the round. Sorry to hear that, Vincent Torrente.
Guys, can we just give a round of applause to Vince Fan? He kept the pressure all race long, and he found the mistake that I recalled. I actually had a strategy in my head. I wasn't sure if Vince was gonna do it, and he did exactly that. So he knew he had the pace. He knew that sticking close to him was the secret, you know. So just as we've mentioned, you know, Vince Fan pressuring Andre to that mistake. It was so unlucky for Andre. I feel so bad. You know, but you know that's racing, right, guys? All it one curb, you know, one small patch of grass, you know, one wrong miss shift, that's the end of your race, right? But oh my goodness, that was, and no rain.
No rain.
rain,
No
no
rain.
No rain happened. You know, like we had it in
Only a
qualifying,
a
but
day and night race. Yeah.
yeah, and you know, provisionally, I'm gonna congratulate Enzo Isan, the junior class champion from the GR Cup, and hopefully now a new GR86 Cup champ for the pro class. Just props to him. He was performing all season long. Maybe he wasn't performing that strong early on, but throughout the throughout the middle of the season, he was just like killing it. You know, taking podiums left and right. So props to them.
Definitely.
And we would
100%.
also like to congratulate all of the drivers who have participated in the GR86 Cup hosted by SRPH. All the drivers, both from Pro and AM class, a job well done to all the drivers.
Job well done to everyone. And of course, shout out to the audience as well. You guys who are still watching since the start of the stream. You guys are the real MVP as well. And also shout out to Daryl Brady for actually making this competition happen. No? So on to you first.
Shout out sa lahat ng sumali, nag-involve sa races, from production team to live stream to everything. It was a good season for the first Sim Racing PH GR86 Cup. More to come, more to come. And I want to thank the drivers and the participants for joining the series. I hope we can get more and more drivers and more exciting races in the future. Galing-galing ng mga driver.
Completely agree there.
What a race, what a season it has been, even though I missed the first two rounds, I believe, pero the remaining rounds, wow, what a show the drivers have put on.
Yeah, and I want to thank you guys for having me here. It might be my first time commentating, but I definitely had some fun watching the battles, seeing their decision making on the track on real time, and it's just amazing, honestly. And you know, just as I mentioned before, I really got to see just how much a single mistake really does, you know, throughout like the entirety of the race. You know, you lose a tenth there, some guy's gonna gain on you there, and because he's right next to you, then you lose more time here, and it's just wow, high pressure situation. And again, I want to congratulate everyone who finished and even just participated in the race. You know, I hope everyone was able to grow and learn from this. You know, I mean, watching you guys, I certainly did. I learned a lot. You know, so I hope you guys driving on the track would learn even more. Oh my goodness. So thank you again for having me, and I hope to see you guys in the future. Maybe not as a commentator, but as a viewer, as a spectator. It's already fun to watch as is. So thank you.
No, we want you to race with us.
Well, you know, I don't have a PC as it stands, so I'm really limited to like
We can
Dirt
change
Rally
that.
2. So yeah, but I would love to. I really want to join. I really have the game, but yeah, I'll have to learn how to do setups and whatnot, and hopefully I can join.
The
Hopefully.
guys
You know, if you
in
have
the
any recommendations for a good PC, or if anyone is willing to maybe lend me a PC, hit me
I'll
up.
tell you
We
this,
can we can
Matthew.
help you out.
The guys who you're surrounded with in this room can help you. I mean,
I'm
we're
so
just right
happy to hear
here.
you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so you
So
know,
just so you guys know, Sir Keanu is actually my mentor, my racing career mentor, and Coach Luis is my sim racing coach as it stands. And I'm pretty much like the student here. So it's an honor to be part of this commentator booth. And I hope to learn more together with you guys. You know, I've only been doing this for a year and a half, and I want to grow together with you guys. Hopefully, we can journey on to becoming aliens, or at least part alien, part Super Saiyan at least. You know, get
You
that yellow hair here and there.
you are
So
getting there. We are getting
we're
there.
definitely
Everyone's
we're all
getting
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 there.
there. Just keep pushing,
with
guys.
the
Just
help
keep
of
pushing.
everybody, we will definitely get there. Right? It starts with all of us. It doesn't start with just one or two guys or just one group. It takes everyone for this whole thing to grow. And also, we're making traction, guys. For sim racing. after the expo, I think you can very well tell that events next year will have more sim racing. So Luis, your dream can come true even
Let's
more
go.
next year. So yeah,
Actually, I'd love to ask Sir Daryl, what are your plans now? Like this season has been so amazing,
there you go.
and I want to hear your thoughts on what your plan is for future seasons to come. Will there be more single make races? Let us know.
Yeah, we'll see on the next month. On the next month, we'll switch to a rally. But we're gonna use the Dirt Rally platform, but only on PC.
Oh,
This is separate to the AAP rally online.
Sir
This is separate.
Daryl, you're killing me. You're
And then
Please have mercy on the
on
PC
December
driver. Please.
on on December we'll be having a like a race of champions, but we're gonna use the what's the three wheel car again? What's the
Reliant Robin.
Oh
Race of
no.
uh
Champions,
Oh
Reliant
dear.
Robin.
The
Oh
yeah, the
my
Reliant
Robin car?
Robin
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah,
race.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
Sir
dear.
Robin
Dial,
race.
may I request, if it's possible, to include the PS drivers, please.
On
Some of us do not have a PC, and it makes no difference to the physics. Come
Don't
on.
worry, man. We got you. That'll be for AAP. That'll be
yeah,
for
for
AAP.
AAPS.
Yeah.
SRPH is just a test. The rally for SRPH is just test for the coming WRC by EA. And yeah, and then
See,
next year
hopefully you get
we'll
it also.
maybe yeah, you get also
Game.
the rally. Yeah, the new game. And then next year we'll having more races. We'll do touring cars, radical, V1, and then GR86 also again. And then I just want to thank the partners for making this happen. Last shout out to Parts Pro PH Racing, D for Graphics, Sim Racing PH, Sim Magic, DBGP, Sunday Bites, Unknown PH, ESC, DMR, Dominado E-Motorsports Rally, Devon Star Garage, Pinky Parts PH, Overboost Racing, Ribbonark Motorsports, Soul Exhaust, SkyDrive, and Damien Wolf. Thank you all for the help, and I hope we can have another series with you guys. And then yeah, I hope you enjoy everything.
Definitely.
Back to you
Certainly
guys.
did. What a season it has
What a
been. What
season and what an
lots of
Great
experience.
races.
entertaining races.
Yep. I personally want to thank you guys, Daryl Brady, for actually for the opportunity, no, for doing this. Luis Moreno and Matthew Ang for being with me here. Despite the challenges that happened in the stream right now, you guys just kept the show going. Kudos to both of you.
Wow, yeah,
Grabe.
definitely.
We did what
We
we
tried
could.
our best to not run out of ideas, but yeah, we pulled it off. Like we had an entire race na no that's just me and Matthew just driving along, and before we know it the race is over, and then wow, what an experience this season has been. And I would like to thank SRPH and Daryl Brady for having me as a commentator for I think 4 races. And it's a fun experience, and I hope I could do more of this, not just in a online setting, but perhaps maybe a live setting soon. Just taking inspiration from local shoutcasters. And yeah, just having fun in the process. Yeah, thank you again, Daryl and SRPH, for having me as a commentator, or as the gamers would call a shoutcaster. Yeah, thank you again for this.
Right. For Matthew, last closing remarks, if you have any.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for having me and for watching, I mean, this is just a great stepping stone for a lot of us, Now that the sim racing community has been growing, um, more and more drivers are giving it a chance. More and more drivers are willing to grow and learn, willing to make mistakes. They're willing to put their name out there and crash, and it doesn't matter to them. They're just here to improve and just send. I'm really happy to see that. It's always it's a journey that everyone has to go through, and I'm glad that everyone's taking it now. And hopefully, please, more dirt rally events for PS naman, please. But
All
wishful
right.
thinking. thank you again for watching. This has been an amazing season. And yeah, anything you'd like to say, Sir Keanu?
All right. So just to conclude this event, guys, 6 rounds took a while. I mean, it's almost more than a month that the span of races has happened. And if I may just say, guys, I could say this is just the beginning. Okay, so to those drivers who are watching and still on the fence on joining races like this, guys, it's free. Number one, and two, you guys can get experience from doing this. Okay, fellow countrymen, fellow Filipinos, sharing the grid amongst you guys, and who knows, this whole journey can land you somewhere big, right? Whether it's on actual motorsports and professional sim racing, we even have Luis Moreno who can vouch for that, right? From mere experiences, from just gaming, or can actually be transferable to the real thing. So a testament to that fact, Luis. I'll give you to that for that topic, if you don't mind.
What? Well, yeah. So, mm, being in the sim racing scene for 10 years, it's all about like exploring opportunities and just trying it out because you never know the results unless you actually try it. Because the moment you don't try it, it's a miss out opportunity already, and it may take some time for you to like catch up onto that opportunity again. Because some opportunities are just like once every like what 2 years, 3 years. So it's just all about exploring and trying to make the most of whatever opportunities you can find, be it in online or on-site events. And yeah, that's how I grew up as a sim racer. Sim racing has brought me a long way from my gaming roots all the way to my real racing roots at the present time. And I'm really thankful for the opportunities and the path that SRPH has opened for like gamers. I still consider myself a gamer by heart, like myself. And I'm hoping that we can get much more gamers, regardless of what genre they are from, to explore what sim racing has to offer. Because sim racing is more than just a game now. It's how I would say it. It's a gateway to a big world out there.
It's called a simulator for a reason.
Right?
Yes.
It's not gonna replace
But
the real thing, but it can be an add-on for your experience.
A
not just
supplement,
not just an add-on, but I think it's like a foundation.
There you
a
go.
foundation, yeah.
Better.
And just to add on to that, I mean, aside from the opportunities you can find, don't be afraid to ask others for help.
Correct.
Ask around for advice. That's what I love about the motorsport community. It's like it's a community founded on like helping each other, right? Like none of us are like keeping secrets intentionally, trying to exclude people.
Mhm.
It's a growing community, and it's just that satisfaction of helping others and learning is just irreplaceable. It's priceless.
Definitely.
So yeah,
But
that's
yeah.
all I'll have to say.
Grab every opportunity that you can get. I mean, sure, the series is over, but rest assured, we'll be back for more. And to those who want to experience even more, Daryl Brady, if okay lang mag-promote.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, go.
Yeah, go ahead. See, Phil Pacific E-Motorsports is now hosting servers once again for ACC, along with Overboost Racing. The Sunday nights are still ongoing. And guys, to those who are waiting for rally sim racing events, mark your calendars for end of November, right? So don't worry, we'll just await the final posts for it. It's already been approved, and driving sideways coming real soon. Okay, and with WRC, just one more week actually before its release. To those who actually pre-ordered, you guys can preload it, and by as early as October 31, we can start testing it out. Right? So it may be a different world from circuit, guys, but I tell you, it's still part of the game, still part of the ecosystem we have for sim racing here, and it's a whole new experience nonetheless. All right, so that's all for it. And also, to those who are drifting as well, care of Soul Exhaust, we're actually planning to host the first league for drifting. So more details later on, but I just wanted to bring out that it's actually a plan that is currently formulating. All right. So there you go. Before I conclude, for good, Daryl Brady, do you have any other promotions?
Um, uh, Actually, I said na all.
Okay.
Everything. But I just want to thanks every one of you that you who helped this community Sim Racing PH, the races, the people on the group, and yeah, on the group chat, on the Discord, everywhere else. And then thank you also to other regions who are joining. Some guys from the Thailand, Indonesia, and in China and Hong Kong. Thank you everyone for joining, and then I hope to see you on the more races to come.
Definitely.
And the partners also again. I hope to get more partners so we can get more prizes and drivers.
All right.
Ako rin, sir.
For everyone. All right, so guys, that concludes the series for the GR86 Cup. Um, this is gonna be your group: Daryl Brady, Keanu Dominado, Luis Moreno, and Matthew Ang for round 6. Signing off for now. We'll see you on the next league. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Good
you.
night.